All right, guys, we're live. We're back. Me and Chris are back with the
Let's
live
get it.
preview for the final preview for UFC 305. I mean, I was live last night with for PFO, bro. PFO was okay. I mean, it wasn't bad, terrible. I've seen way worse PFO cards, but we got a big pay per view tonight. I mean, holy shit, Duplessis is gonna be taking on Israel Adesanya,
Hell yeah.
and Duplessis is making these grown men cry out there, man. What's going on? What's going on, with Duplessis out there making these fucking dudes cry? He's
Dude,
making these guys emotional.
putting them in their bags, dude. I don't get it.
Yeah, like Izzy, bro, he seems like he really wants to take his head off. I mean, I'm just kind of scared for Duplessis now after that. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
dude. Adesanya looks like more focused than ever, in my opinion, honestly. But he's
Yeah,
35, so I'm not gonna
yeah,
forget
he's
that.
getting up there. He's definitely getting up there. But yo, let's go. We got Baby Sharp in the house. Let's go, Baby Sharp. We got Jussie in here. Let's go, Jussie. The Bob said, "Who the fuck is this guy, bro? You know Chris Brown, Chris Morrow. I mean, come on, let's not fuck around, Bob." He's back, guys. Me and Chris are back with the live preview now. Let's
What's
go. We
up,
got
Chad? Yo, what's
we're
up,
only
baby
like
sharp?
yeah, we're only like a couple of hours away from UFC 5 now, and I'm gonna be live for the whole card, man. I was like, do I even want to be live? I was like, I'll probably just go hang out with some people, watch the fights, and I was like, fuck, man, it's gonna feel weird not being live for this card because this is a pretty big card. I was like, I
Hell
might as
yeah,
well go
dude.
live then. But yeah, I've never watched the fights at a Cineplex. Have you ever watched the fights at a Cineplex? Like,
Yeah, yeah. There's like a movie theater that serves like drinks and stuff. It's called iPick here in New York. I saw
okay,
one
okay.
card there. I saw a pay-per-view card. I don't know. I don't remember which one, but it was pretty dope, dude. I'm not gonna
So
lie. It
like,
was a
how
good
much is a
experience.
ticket? I mean, it's probably like just the amount of money you pay for to watch a movie. Right? Is this the same
Yeah,
thing?
it was like
Like,
40 bucks.
okay, that's not
Yeah.
bad. I mean, pay per view is like $80 Canadian for me. 80 Canadian. It should be, bro. It
Damn.
should be like 50, bro. Like 80, bro. Like for 12 fights. I mean, like if it was like UFC 300, bro, I wouldn't mind like paying pay per view every time. But the UFC 304 card was pretty terrible. I mean, did you know that card, bro? It was fucking dog shit. There's only
304?
like two fights
Yeah,
that were
dude.
like okay, right? Tom Aspinall and that Modestas Bukaskas ended up being the better fight. I mean, on the prelims. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if it's the new gloves or if it's the matchups.
it's
I don't
got to
know
be
what
the
it
new
is
gloves, I
anymore, dude.
think. And we haven't seen a lot of KOs. It's probably a lot of submission. I think we only had one KO on that card. Gives to you for Ray. It was only Tom Aspinall was the one that got the KO.
Tom Aspinall, yeah.
I
I
think
think that was about
Modestas
it.
and Packney was a submission, and Patty and
Right.
Green was a
In the third
submission,
round.
and
Yeah.
I don't remember anything else being a finish in that fight.
Bobby Green. What the hell, man?
Bobby, what happened, bro? He's got to change his name back to Bobby.
Yeah.
Robert Green, whatever his name, Robert Green.
Robert Green.
Yeah, there's no way he doesn't. No one can. Like, I was already telling people, I was like, no way I'm gonna call another grown man king. I mean, that's not something I'm willing to do.
Yeah,
Yo,
no.
let's go. We got Alex Ramirez in here. Let's go, Alex Ramirez. Grimy. Let's go, Grimy. Yo, let's go. Let's get it. Let's get right into it, man. First fight on the card. You want to take over the first fight? Sure, Nicole
All right,
taking on
man. Yeah.
Jesus Aguilar. I mean, this is gonna be a
Flyweights.
good fight.
Let's get it, man. Jesus Aguilar missed weight. You saw that by a pound and a half.
Yeah, he looked in pretty good
Yeah.
shape though. I'm not gonna lie. Like, he just bro, Nicole is jacked though. This guy looks in phenomenal shape.
Yeah. Stuart Nickel, the bigger fighter. I think he's the stronger fighter of the two. Hometown kid making his debut. I think he's a really strong grappler. And, that's where he prefers to take his fights. I don't think he has any outstanding striking. I think where he definitely shines is on the ground in the grappling. And that's why this is a really good fight because Jesus Aguilar, he's a good grappler himself. He actually, watching the tape back in the regional scene, he does a lot of grappling. He wins a lot by mixing it in. And Stuart Nickel, I just think the background in the black belt in jiu-jitsu before even stepping into MMA definitely helped him out. He's got a lot of finishes and he doesn't lay and pray. That's the best part about it. We got these grapplers who come into the UFC and they just want to lay and pray to a decision. And Stuart Nichols out there finishing these guys. He's got TKO finishes and he's got submissions.
Yeah, he's got pretty heavy ground and pound when he gets to talk
Yeah,
his
he's
shit
got
on people.
4 by knockout, 3 by submission. That's 7 finishes in his 8-0 record. Not a lot of experience. He's also not really beating anyone that is worth mentioning. But he's doing the right things. He's getting these guys, he's putting them out, and he's been 5 rounds before. That's also really good for a guy making his debut. And I just think he's got, that debut pressure is a lot easier to deal with when you're at home and the whole crowd is cheering
Yeah,
for you. So, I think he has a good shot in this fight against a guy who has a bit more experience. Jesus Aguilar, definitely more experience. He's got wins, notable wins over guys like
yeah.
Edgar
Shirez.
Tyrez.
That was a fifth round
Yeah,
submission, right? I
like
mean, submitting Shirez is impressive. Tyra couldn't do it.
not
Like
easy. Yeah,
that's the reason I'm not gonna bet on Nicole here, just because the line is -200. This could be easy
yeah,
for Lippis. I mean, he might just go out there and ground and pound him, which could happen. I mean, we've seen Mendoza take him down, right, and like control him, land some ground and pound. But
definitely. Yeah, dude.
Aguilar, I don't think he won that fight. It was in Mexico City. They gave it to Aguilar.
Yeah, Mateus
But yeah,
Mendoza.
yeah, that
Yeah,
was
that's
Mendoza's
the
just
thing.
Mendoza
He's
has
so
some of the
easy to
worst
take
fight IQ
down.
that I've seen. Yeah, he's just not
So
strong
easy to
enough, I
take
think, for the
down,
weight
dude.
class. Are you
Aguilar,
betting this fight? Do you trust
nah.
Nicole at -200?
I mean, I would bet the over.
Yeah, the
Honestly, that's
over.
what I would bet. I would bet like an over 1.5. I think it's gonna go over 1.5 for sure. Like as a parlay
I
piece
think
or
Jesus
something.
Aguilar is pretty tough. You got to catch him in a submission, and can he find a submission? I mean, if he breaks him down with ground and pound, maybe. But
Yeah,
I think it's gonna go. I think it's gonna go longer. But I'm not. I'm not even like tempted to take the over in a parlay because I don't know. Nicole
yeah,
might be really. He might be really that dude and get some ground and pound off and finish him out there.
yeah, dude. And in my picks video, that's what I said. I might just want to see how he does in his debut first, see how he handles
Yeah,
this fight,
exactly. I mean,
and then
this is a legit guy that he's fighting in his career.
exactly. Yeah, this is definitely one of his most toughest competition. But Jesus Aguilar, we saw it against Mendoza, we saw it against Tyra. He's very easy to take down, and he doesn't do the right things. He's pulling guillotines. He's
Yeah,
not
he's
really
gonna
trying
pull
to
another
fight his
gilly.
way
I
up.
can just see him pulling another gilly here and just ending
Yeah,
up on his back.
yeah, and it's tough. It's tough to submit a guy with a guillotine when you're a black belt already. And that's where I credit Stuart Nichols' ground game highly. I think he's gonna get the job done here in his
I
debut,
think
man.
Nicole also looks in better shape. I was watching the ceremony weigh-ins after when I was on the P-Full live stream, and I was like watching it, and I was like, "Holy shit, this guy's in phenomenal shape." And
Yeah,
his
dude.
Aguilar, like he's in okay shape also, but missing weight by 1.5 pounds. I mean, guys that are missing weight, I mean, are out there winning. So it's like
That's
both
true.
ways.
Unless you're Chelsea Chandler.
He's just horrible. I can't believe I picked that absolute bum. I don't know how she
Yeah,
made it
dude.
to UFC, but she's got no striking. I mean,
I hope she gets cut. I hope she is cut already, honestly.
her and
But
Carl Williams. Just don't even remember Carl
yeah. Oh
Williams.
my god, dude.
All right, let's
Throw
go. We
away
got
the game
Cody in here.
plan.
Let's go, Cody.
But yeah,
Santos
who do
cake.
you
Yeah, Santos definitely the one with the cake on this card. But yeah, I'm
definitely?
picking Nicole by decision. Can you finish him? I mean, maybe. I don't trust him yet. I want to see him. Like I watched his fights and beat down promotion, and there's a couple of guys that are fighting out of there in Australia. There's a guy that's fighting in the Extended Series next week. That's also fighting on beat down promotion. So
Mm,
I think
okay.
I'm not sure if RC fought and beat down promotion, but he's fought over there too. RC has he beat the guy that's fighting Contender Series. I think this week next week. Yeah, these guys are. I mean, they're fighting. I mean, the way he's out there finishing these guys in the first round, that like or second round. That's the way. That's the reason I'm gonna pick him here. Because if he was out there like taking these guys to hard fought decisions, then I would be like, okay, this guy's having trouble with these bums
Yeah,
that he's fighting. I mean, like they're probably not complete bums. They're probably okay, but still, he's actually out there like finishing these guys. So that's a good sign that he's out there making it look easy out there with the ground and pound with the wrestling. I'm gonna pick him by
yeah.
decision, but I think the over, like someone said in the chat earlier, that the over, yeah, Baby Sharp said same game parlay Nicole plus the over 1.5 rounds is plus money. If you're
That's a
gonna
good
bet
look.
it, I think that's
That's a good
probably the
look.
solid way. What I would do. I think that's probably the play there if you want to play. I think the over and the parlay is probably better. But I think Nicole is gonna get those takedowns. Also, he's fighting at home, right? So they're probably gonna give it to him if it's close.
Yeah,
Yeah, Aguilar is okay. I mean, knocking out Shannon Ross. I mean, it is what it is, right? Shannon Ross is super
I
chinny.
can't rate that highly. Yeah, this guy Shannon
Well,
Ross.
that was impressive. I'm not gonna lie. He one punched Shannon Ross, ran across,
Yeah,
talked to him, and one punched him.
yeah. There's some
That
fighters
was
who couldn't do that. So, I
even that
guess you
Han
got to
Sung
give him
Park
credit.
dude. I mean, it took him till a second on to finish him like there.
Yeah,
So he's definitely got some power. He's a little stocky dude, right? A little midget. But
he's a scrappy flyweight for sure. Yeah,
yeah. Grammy said the over 1.5 in this and Gamrot and Erceg. I think that's solid, Grammy. We
that's
need
a
an
good
all
parlay.
Australian parlay, Baby Sharp. Yeah, I mean, Baby Sharp can probably make you those. I mean, I could see all Australians winning. I wouldn't put Tafa in there. I don't know. Tafa just fucking Walker. Walter Walker looked huge right
Mm,
at the weigh-ins. That one's kind of throwing
yeah,
me
dude.
off.
I picked. Well, we'll get to that, but
Yeah, we'll talk
I
about the
think
fight.
I think Walker's got a good chance, man.
What's the over? I want to see what the over is. I think I seen the over at like minus 150 earlier. I don't know if it's still minus 150, but I think this one goes over 2.5. It's
Yeah,
gonna go over 1.5 at least. Minus 315 for the over one. Minus 275 for the over 1.5. If you can get that line at minus 275, I think that's a great parlay piece because I see him getting
right.
takedowns. I don't think he's just gonna finish him in the first round. If he goes out there and finishes him in the first round, man, then this guy's gonna be a problem at
Yeah,
flyweight
and
finishing a guy in the first round.
he's patient too. I wouldn't say he rushes anything, so I think he's gonna try it. And I think this fight definitely goes over 1.5. I wouldn't do 2.5, but over
Yeah,
1.5
I think
is
I think
definitely
he goes over 2.5, but 1.5 is like the better play in a parlay. I'm
yeah,
just gonna take a pass on this one. I don't want to
for
be.
sure,
I mean,
for
he's
sure.
out at plus 170. He does have the experience, but I think Nicole's he's gonna be better in the wrestling and the control and the ground and pound. Whereas Aguilar is gonna be looking for submissions. He's not really a high volume guy either, so Nicole should probably win this fight by decision.
Yeah.
This one kind of gives me that Ray to Surya flashback. You remember that fight, Hernandez versus Ray to
Oh
Surya?
man,
I thought he was gonna go out there and
yeah,
submit him, Ray, and he was looking for submissions to be fair, and he couldn't find a submission. He
he had
went
him
the
in.
distance. So I think this one's also. I think Aguilar is tougher than Hernandez. I think, to be honest. So I think it goes longer. But over 1.5 is confident. I'm confident over 1.5. I think it goes over 2.5 rounds too. Decision for Nicole is um what's decision for unanimous decision for Nicole is plus. Oh, that's plus 200 unanimous decision.
I gotta open up
Decision
DraftKings.
for what's decision for him?
Tell you right
Nicole.
now.
Let me see if you find it. I can't find it on here. Okay, it's minus plus 150 for Nicole by decision.
Yeah,
Nicole,
on
yeah,
DraftKings
that's solid. I think if you're gonna bet it,
plus 150. Damn, that's a pretty good number right there, honestly. For and Aguilar, he is tough to submit, like you said. So
yeah, he's gotten 5 rounds with Reyes. Reyes definitely has some power in jiu-jitsu, right? And you can release like he's the one that subbed him in the 5th round, so he's got his cardio gonna be okay. I think. Also, he's not cutting weight, but I don't trust this dude yet. If he goes out there and beats him like clearly, then I'll probably like parlay him next time he fights. But yeah,
yeah,
this dude, he just hasn't fought the best. I mean, he's fought okay guys in Australia, but still, the UFC is a different level.
yeah. And I'm seeing here if you think he is gonna get a finish, you could play the double chance. Stuart Nickel by knockout or submission. It's plus 200. So if you think he is gonna go out there and finish Aguilar,
What's the
and you don't,
finish only? Finish only is probably like minus 350, right, or something like that.
um,
Do they have finish
where
only
do I
instead
see
of
that?
this? Just no action.
I don't know. Is that on DraftKings? Let
Should
me
be on
see.
Bet Online. I think that's probably like safe. I mean, I don't think Aguilar is gonna submit him or anything. He's gonna be looking for submissions, but I don't think he's gonna submit him. Let me see if I can find it on here.
Well, the fight to not go the distance is minus 110.
Okay, instead of this, no action is finish only. I don't fucking see it. I mean, whatever. Okay, it's plus 180 for inside of this is no action for Nicole. That's not
That's not
bad. I thought it was gonna be like minus 350 because usually when the guys are undefeated, it's usually like minus 300, minus 400. Yeah, I like Nicole. I think she should win this fight. Let's talk about the next fight now, guys. Next fight on the card is gonna be
yeah.
Kanan Song versus Ricky Glenn. I mean, Ricky Glenn's moving up to 170 here and his debut at 170. I don't think he's ever fought at 170 before, has he? Do you know if
No,
he fought at
no.
170 before?
He's a former featherweight. So I don't think he's ever been up to 170 now.
So who you got here? Who you picking here?
I mean, damn. I would not have thought this would have been a fight that ended up on a pay-per-view, right? I thought this is something you probably see in the Apex, but we got it in Perth. And I think it's an interesting fight. You know, both of these guys are underperforming, I would say. You know, definitely Song Kanong has been fighting the tougher opponents. He's accustomed to being at 170. He's having moments even in his losses, though, and that's what I like to see. You know, Song Kanong is dropping guys like Ian Gary. He's going to decision with Kevin Doucette. even though the French fighters are kind of decision masters lately. So that is up to speculation. But yeah, Sankanon, I think he is just well equipped at 170. I think he cuts to make 170. And Ricky Glenn, looking like a guy who is, he's 35. He definitely maybe doesn't want to make the cut down to lightweight anymore. And to go up 15 pounds and fight these guys who have a lot more power when you've recently been knocked out twice down at lightweight, I just don't think it's a good idea. I think, Sankanon, it's probably the popular talk of the week is that Sankanon is going to get a knockout in this
Why
fight.
is the line only minus 180 or what's the line right? Minus 200.
I'm not too sure. Let me see.
What's going on with that line? It's kind of throwing me off just a bit. It's
I
minus
see
205 right now.
Sankanon on DK is minus 205. So yeah, man. I just think he is like the talk of the week is that he gets a knockout. But if you watch his fights, he's definitely got some low output, man. I think the most significant strike Sankanon has ever landed, I'm seeing it right here, it's like around 74, 75. Yeah. So, and that was in a decision win over Rolando Bedoya. It went to decision. He dropped Bedoya, I think, twice. And yeah, man, it was a good fight. But for a guy that you think is going to get a finish, which has been the talk of the week, I think there is potential that Song
I think he's
Kanon
gonna finish him.
takes
I
this
think if
to a
Giagos
decision.
can finish you, man, at 155, man. Giagos is I don't rate Giagos that
Yeah,
highly.
but
Like he
that's
looked terrible. I mean, did you watch that first round?
yeah.
I mean, bro, he looked like he shouldn't be
I watched
fighting
that back.
anymore. Like I'll give him a break for
Exactly.
losing to Dober, right? Dober is a fucking absolute pit bull. Like whatever, right? Like that's I'll give him a break for that one. But Giagos, like, come on, dude. He was like minus
Yeah,
300, I think, in that fight, minus 300 or something like that.
I think
Giagos.
definitely. I mean, Yago's not a good fighter. We saw that in his last fight against Bahamondes. I mean, he's just like a one punch wish, like hope he lands type of fighter, but and it did work out for him in that fight. That's the thing. Ricky Glenn is 35, but he's like 45 in fight years. Like I
Yeah, he looks so
when the
slow, bro. It
guy
looks like he's fighting underwater. I mean, if you look at his fights
yeah,
recently, like, I
yeah.
mean, is he gonna look better at 170? I mean, like maybe, but I'm not
He might
gonna.
look
I don't
better,
think.
but I don't know if he deals with the power. That's the problem, and you could look better, you could feel better, but just the power difference is going to show, I think, in this fight. And Song Kanon, I think he's still like you guys, like you said, even yourself, you think he gets a finish. I think he is definitely still got the potential to work a finish here. He's, I think he's like 1 year younger. He's 34, but he definitely doesn't fight like like a 34-year-old. I think
Yeah, I mean, he's not in
he's
his prime right now. I don't think Kanan Song's in his prime. I just think like Glen's like way past it. That's
yeah,
my opinion on this
that's the
fight.
problem here. Yeah, it's a Eileen Song Kanong to get the job done, but I honestly would not be surprised if he wins by decision. I'll say that.
Yeah, the money lines. I like the money line. I think he's gonna win, but I think he's gonna get the KO. But KO is only like plus 100, so I'll just take the money
Yeah,
line. Then betting everything on the KO. Because Glenn's like he's pretty tough though, but like I wouldn't say he's chinny. He's just like he can't deal with the people that have power. Like Giagos, I mean, the way Giagos knocked him out was crazy. I think
yeah,
people were
dude.
like shocked that I was shocked that Giagos knocked him out. I mean, Giagos obviously has some power, like in the first like 2 minutes or whatever, but yeah, that was shocking. I think he's gonna KO him, but I like the money line. I think he's probably one of the better parlay pieces on this card. You can throw him
For
one
sure.
parlay at least, minus 205. Because I
Minus
was
two
like
five is a
early
good
on, I was
number.
like, I don't know, man. Kanan Song, like he's barely beating guys out there, but at least he's looking good out there, and his losses are already like.
Yeah,
And he could have finished Ian Gary if he really put it on with the ground and pound. He just I don't know why wasn't put like rushing him, trying to ground and pound him.
his low output, man. That's what it is. He's gonna lose to those guys for sure all the time. And you said he's gonna lose to guys like that who have more volume and they just do more in front of the judges than Song Kanon. And I don't think Ricky Glenn is gonna do more in this fight.
Jagos BKFC. I think Jagos, I mean, he just his cardio. If he's a pretty good fighter, like he's not terrible, it's just his cardio. He doesn't have cardio past the first like 2 minutes, right? That's the problem with
Yeah,
Jagos. And now he's been KO'd so many times, finished so many times. And I think he's probably one of those guys that's been finished the most in 155, right? Like he's fought a bunch of killers though, like to be honest, but uh,
yeah.
yeah,
I
he's
mean, that
getting
last
finished a
fight
lot.
was That last fight was
Head kick by
not easy.
Bahman. That was a vicious head kick by
Yeah,
Bahman. Yeah, I like the money line here. I think I like him over Nicole. He's at least he's got youth experience and he's fighting at his own natural weight class. I mean 170 and Glenn's moving up. The size wasn't that much of a like I couldn't really tell much of a difference when they're facing off.
no, yeah,
But
same height.
yeah, they're like really
Crazy.
similar. But Glenn just I don't think he looks in the best shape right now.
Yeah,
All right, let's talk about the next fight now, man. Next fight on the card is gonna be Tom Nolan,
yeah. This one
the
will be quick.
big train Tom Nolan versus Alex the Executioner Reyes.
The executioner.
Who
I
you
guess.
got here? Who you got here, Chris?
Dude, I can't pick a guy who has 2 fights in 6 years. I'm like,
I think he's got one
I
fight
saw the
in
tape.
7 years. Doesn't he have one fight in
Yeah,
seven
like
years? It's
that's
crazy, right?
ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like, I think I don't even know why he's in the UFC. Honestly, this is something you really got to question. Where, you know, the UFC is definitely looking to get Tom Nolan some spotlight here. Alex Reyes, you know, does he have a chance? I think, 37, 2 months away from 38, 0-2 in the UFC. He's getting knocked out by smaller opponents. He's not, and this time he's facing someone who's taller than him, who's got more reach than him. Mike Perry blasted him.
That was like
Like,
Mike Perry not in his prime either. Like that was
yeah, that was Mike Perry with a mohawk
when he
and
was training with his girlfriend. I mean, he wasn't training with
yeah,
any like
yeah.
real gym.
And I just think, Tom Nolan, he definitely throws caution out the wind. He doesn't really have much defensive awareness, but in this fight, I don't know if Alex Reyes is going to capitalize on that. That's my thing. So, is there going to be a time where I do fade Tom Nolan? For sure, but in this one, it's just when you look at the numbers, man, you look
What
how
do you think
long
about
this is.
Tom Nolan chin though? That chin's always a worry, bro. That's why like I was
Super
thinking about playing him by
questionable.
first round KO at plus minus 160. I was like, should I just hammer that, put that in parlay? Then I was like, at under 1.5 probably the better play because I took the under 1.5 in that Martinez fight. And he almost got KO'd by Martinez. I mean, he got sat down by
Crazy.
Victor Martinez.
That is crazy. You know what I mean? And Victor Martinez got knocked out, I think, by Jordan Levitt, if I'm not mistaken. So that's, you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
Jordan. He got
you
flying knee
can't
right,
get
Jordan Levitt, right?
you can't get knocked
Yo,
out
isn't
by
Jordan
Jordan
Levitt
Levitt,
calling
dude.
out? Who's he calling? Guida, right? Isn't he calling out
Clay
Guida? You seen
Guida,
that?
yeah,
That was funny. That was funny. He's
in the
funny, dude.
weirdest way possible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In the shower. That was fucking
yeah,
as sus as you can make it, man. What's going on, enemy in
exactly.
the house? Let's go, enemy. Yo,
What's up?
like the Reyes looks like really slow, but I mean he can drop it. Victor Martinez can drop you. Reyes has a chance for sure in that first round. Like, but the
For sure.
layoff, the everything, the surgeries. I think he's had a bunch of surgeries also.
Yeah,
And
he
this is going to
almost
be his
was
last fight on his contract. So I think the UFC is trying to set up a highlight reel for Tom Nolan here for sure. The under, I
yeah.
like the under. I think the under should be like minus 500 here, to be honest. Because,
Where's it at?
right, yeah, it's like, I think it's minus 290 for the under.
Okay.
Let me see. Is it still minus 190?
Yeah,
Minus
under one and
290,
a half.
minus 290, I think, under 1.5 rounds. Minus 275 on some books, minus 270.
Yeah, you can get it on DraftKings minus 260 right now. So
Under 2.5 rounds, minus 715. Fight not to go the distance, minus 1400. Imagine this goes. There's always fights like this that end up going the
oh my
distance
god,
sometimes. This shouldn't go
that
the
would be
distance.
something else, dude.
Under
Damn,
one and a
Tom
half. I like
Nolan.
the under 1.5 more than Tom Nolan money line or Tom Nolan by finish. You like
Tom
Tom
Nolan
Nolan?
round two
Inside
is
the distance is like minus 500, I think.
round two is plus 330 for Tom Nolan. That's a
Reyes,
little
what's Reyes
interesting.
first round? Let's see what the Reyes first round is. Reyes
It's
wins in round one
plus
is
2500.
plus 2,000. I mean, plus 2,300. Yeah, holy shit. I'm
That's
sure there's
crazy.
some people out there. I'm sure they're probably sprinkling that. I know I've seen some tickets
Why
on
not?
Twitter. I mean, but that they're paroling Herbert Burns round one, and I mean if they're gonna win. It's gonna be first round, both of them, right? Like Herbert Burns round one, and yeah, like if I was gonna play that, I wouldn't parlay because at least one of them can maybe has a
No.
chance, right? But both of
Yeah,
them at the
yeah.
same time, I mean, I think that's highly unlikely. Both of them winning on the same night.
That would be
But I mean, this is
crazy.
MMA though. You never know. It's fucking MMA. You can never be too sure on anything in MMA for rounds close. I mean, but yeah,
Yeah.
Nolan should be. Even if Nolan gets dropped, I think he's gonna be able to recover. Well, I
Yeah,
don't know if
dude,
I see him
that's
getting
the thing.
dropped here. It should be Nolan first round KO minus 160 for first round KO. I think that's the way he's gonna win. It's gonna be a striking matchup. I don't think it's gonna be grappling. You think he's gonna be trying to mix in takedowns, or what about submission for Nolan? You think he's gonna look for submission, club and stuff maybe?
I mean, if the opportunity is there, but I think he's a guy who definitely likes to finish his fight standing. So I could see him winning it by knockout instead of submission. And then Reyes, he's only got 4 submission wins. I don't. When's the last time he's even gotten a submission win? I don't even know. Look, 2015. This guy over 10 years, dude. Like
Yeah, I
over
just
9
don't
years.
think he's committed to the game. I mean, that's pretty simple when you're fighting once in 7 years, right? It's like you're not
Yeah,
really
dude.
committed to the game. Anyways, let's move on to the next fight. Next fight on the card is gonna be another freebie here. I mean, they're throwing these a lot of Australian local dudes freebies. I mean, Herbert
Yeah, I
Burns
mean,
versus Jack Jenkins. Who you picking here?
I think it was a lot more interesting with Gavin Tucker, but Gavin Tucker, I did think Jack Jenkins was going to get the job done there as well. But Gavin Tucker definitely has a lot less quit than Herbert Burns. And that's my thing, man. Herbert Burns is one of the biggest quitters in the UFC I've ever seen, man. Like, even on a full camp, this guy doesn't have good cardio. And now he's coming in on short notice, and I'm seeing people placing tickets on this guy. I just don't know how he gets this job done, man. He's after the first round, he's a huge liability. And
Not even the first
definitely,
round. I would say the first like 3 minutes. I mean, it's not even the first round. The first 3 minutes.
yeah, dude. And then on short notice, it's gonna be even worse, I think, honestly. And he's had a long travel to get to Perth.
Is that true,
So
Chris? Dean might be just trolling in the chat. Breaking news:
it's
Reyes is trying to
it's
sneak
too
into a woman. No way.
it's nah,
That's
he's
fucking
trolling.
crazy.
But yeah, man, like, he didn't go out cold in his last fight, but he was on his way to going to getting knocked out. And that was just 4 months ago against
And that was
Julio
by
Arce.
Julio Arce, who I do think is a pretty good like striker. But a former bantamweight, by the way, not really a former
Former bantamweight. Yeah,
featherweight.
man.
He was moving up from 135 in that fight.
Exactly, dude. So, when you're getting beat by guys smaller than you, you're getting hurt bad by guys smaller than you. And Herbert Burns, usually is the taller fighter at featherweight. I think he cuts a lot. He probably would do better at lightweight. Who knows? But I mean, this guy, he's just gonna try everything and anything to get the fight to the ground. He's
I mean,
gonna
he's
pull
gonna be live
guard.
for a submission. I'll say that much. I mean, I think Jenkins' grappling hasn't been tested yet. His takedown defense should be
Yeah,
solid enough. He just got to be careful in the first couple minutes. Then it
yeah.
should be smooth sailing from there. I mean, what if if they remade that fight with Nate the Train? What would be the line
Oh my
this
god.
time? That was a rematch.
Y- You almost forget about that fight until
Yeah,
you remember he freaking flying knee Nate the Train. Isn't that crazy? But I
how
don't
was
know.
this
I would
debut? I
I
think that
would
was
make
Nate the Train's debut, right? In the UFC, if he was
yeah,
fighting in
I would make
Russia, I
Nate the
think.
Train like minus 250 Nate the Train. That's what I would line it at. Minus 300 Nate the Train.
I think I would
Something.
line him at like minus 600 or something. Same thing as Jenkins. I mean, I think
Yeah.
Nate the Train would beat Jenkins. I would pick Nate the Train over Jenkins.
Oh
I think
yeah.
he would
Right now,
submit him.
right now I would. Yeah, I'd
I want to
be
see that fight. Hopefully
a
after
completely
like
different
Jenkins
fighter.
goes out there and beats him. Hopefully they make that fight. But they're probably gonna give Nature Train someone maybe like close to ranked, maybe, but because he's out
Yeah.
there finishing people.
And he's on a win streak as well.
Yeah.
I think
I
he's
mean,
on a
let's
2
talk
fight win
about
streak.
Jamal Emmers and Jenkins. I mean, that was I picked Jenkins and I had him by the decision plus
Wow.
330, bro. But I was like, I got lucky
Yeah.
on that one. I was
Yeah,
he did
that's
not win that fight.
I don't know if he won that fight. Yeah, man. And if you look at MMA decisions, not a single person picked Jenkins.
And I was
So,
so happy because I had him by
just
decision. I
goes
was
to
like,
show.
because Jamal Evers loves losing decisions, close fights. I mean, I don't know, like he's been robbed a
Yeah.
bunch of times in
I
close
wonder what the
matchups.
line was. I wonder what the line was when they were reading the scorecards for Jamal
Like
Emmers.
I don't, I wasn't watching it live. I was like at work, and so I couldn't watch it live. I saw the fight after, and I was like, holy shit, he did not win that fight. Because all those people are
Yeah,
saying, holy shit, that was the biggest robbery of the night, and it was. The
yeah.
numbers were
But
close, but
Jamal
Jamal Evers
Emmers,
was outworking him.
exactly. Jamal Emmers is that kind of fighter. He's well rounded. He can grapple. He can strike. Herbert Burns. None of that. I think he's a very one-dimensional approach, and
He's got quit in
I
him. He's
just
gonna
I
just
just
quit
feel
out
like
there. That's
it's
why I
easy
hate
to
seeing
prepare
people just
for.
quit. I don't like people like
Yeah,
fighting seeing fighters quit out there.
it makes it much easier to prepare for someone when you've got one game plan, and it's only one way for you to win. I don't think Herbert Burns is going to last very long in a striking battle with Jack Jenkins. I think the calf kicks are going to add up. Jack Jenkins is very known for his calf kicks. And, hopefully he throws them strategically. I hope they're not getting caught by Herbert Burns and then he's getting taken down. That'll be something crazy. If Herbert Burns catches a leg kick and he's got top mount on
If he
Jack
takes us
Jenkins in the
back, I
first
mean, he's
round.
gonna be live for a submission. I think if he takes us back, but
Yeah, dude.
he's gonna have to do it in the first like couple minutes.
Yeah,
Jenkins is
that's
really
something
well
to worry
rounded.
about. Exactly.
I see
I
second on
think
finish. I already took the second one for Jenkins plus 275. I think on the second on.
yep.
Yeah, I like the
I'm
second
seeing
on
right
for
here.
Jenkins. He's been finished on the second on so many times. I mean, he's taking this fight on short notice. By the way, Herbert Burns. He doesn't have full camp for this fight.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
So
leaning
like
Jack Jenkins. I think round 2, that play is a good play right there,
he could
honestly.
finish him in the first round, but I think he's gonna take his time. He knows that Herbert Burns is dangerous in the first couple of minutes, and then he's gonna break him down in the second on. He's gonna just it's probably gonna be a referee. He's probably gonna call it off because it's just gonna Herbert Burns is gonna cover up. I can already picture already just
Yeah.
Herbert Burns just fucking
Just
covering
quitting.
up and just quitting on in
Yeah.
the corner. And then Gilbert Burns gonna carry him out like carry him out.
Dude, that Bill Algeo fight, man. That was so you're never gonna forget that.
That was the funniest shit I've ever
Never gonna
seen.
forget that.
Yeah, it was
Damn,
crazy.
dude.
And he was actually like ragdolling LG in the first round. Like he was doing whatever he wanted to LG in the
Yeah,
first round, and he just fucking quit. That was
it's
crazy.
crazy.
Like I want to see how hopefully he eats a bunch of leg kicks and we can see Gilbert Burns carrying him. I'll be fucking hilarious. 'Cause that's gonna be. I think this might be his last fight in the UFC, right? Like you think they're gonna give him another fight in UFC?
No, Gilbert Burns mentioned in the Show Me the Money podcast, this is his last fight on his contract. So I think he is in need of a win, and I don't think he's gonna get it.
Is Maddie
So
betting on Herbert Burns? I'm sure he's betting on him, right? Maddie
no,
from
I
the
don't. I don't
show.
think he is. I don't know if
I'm kind of
I didn't
shocked that
watch
he's not
the.
betting.
I didn't watch that show, the Maddie Betts show, but I don't know if he has anything on Herbert Burns. I mean, if you do, if you like Herbert Burns in this fight, Herbert Burns round
First
1
round, yeah.
is yeah, that's the way to go. So that's what I'll say. But I don't think he's getting it done. He's 36, terrible cardio, and he's on short notice, man. That's just a recipe for a disaster right there, man.
Nate said Western Wilson title fight announced. Who's he fighting? Does he have a fight coming up? He should probably fight Chepe Merskel. Give him Chepe. Give him Chepe. Yo, I mean that dude, what's his name? Kazama and fucking Lampus, man. How did Lampus make it to the UFC? I don't get it.
Oh my god,
That dude's
that
one of the
guy.
worst fighters of like he's also a quitter like Herbert Burns. They should probably fight
And
each other.
it sucks, man, because he fights out of Long Island, New York,
Yeah,
and you want to back
I don't ever want to see him fight in the UFC
you want
anymore.
to back the guy, but I cannot. I can't.
He almost had
That
him
was
knocked out
terrible.
too, and then he just fucking quit after. That submission wasn't even in, bro. It wasn't even in. He just quit because he's tired.
Yeah, he was exhausted. Terrible cardio. He had the same terrible cardio against Angeliger. It's just he's not a good fighter.
Yeah, he
He's
just
not a good fighter.
he can't knock you out in the first round like he did on Dana White Contender Series. He doesn't have he's not tough enough to
Yeah,
stay
dude.
in there.
That loss. Who did he beat in Dana White Contender Series?
The guy from Cage Free FC, I think, or I
Yeah,
can't remember his name right now, but
that's
I
a
know
bad.
he's like a young 22-year-old kid, I think, that he beat. He knocked him out in the first like minute.
Yeah, dude.
It was something crazy too.
Cameron
Churlampus,
Smotherman.
Cameron
Cameron Smotherman.
Smotherman, yes, Smotherman. I think he
That
fought him in
loss
Cage
was
Free FC,
not
right?
aging well. Yeah, I mean that was his last loss, so I
He's got a
guess
couple
not
wins
too
after
bad.
that. I think he got a
Yeah,
couple
yeah.
wins after that. So he's probably going to see him back in the North Contender Series soon. Yeah, I like the under. I think the under is going to go. I like the second on finish for Jenkins here. And under 2.5 rounds. Won't start round 3. I think is that for this fight? Yeah, fight doesn't start round 3 is minus 215. I think that's bro. Herbert Burns, I don't think he's gonna have the gas tank on short notice to go third round here. Those leg kicks are gonna be a problem for him. I think he's gonna break him down
Yeah,
those
dude.
leg kicks. I could just see a leg kick TKO here.
Yeah, or
But
even a knee up the middle.
All right, let's talk about the next fight now. Next fight on the card. I like the second on Jenkins. It's plus 230 now, so still like that. Next fight on the
Nice.
card, we got Casey O'Neill versus Luana Santos. Everyone's favorite fighter, Luana Santos, is back with some cake. And I really hope he wins, man. I want to see that post-fight celebration. I know you guys are just as excited as I am for that post-fight celebration. Who you picking here, Chris? Who you taking
I
here?
am I am picking Luana Santos, man. I think it's after watching the tape, and getting a good look on both of these two, it's gonna be a really good fight, honestly. Both girls, one Casey O'Neill has fought in Jennifer Maya and Roxanne Modafferi.
Maya's horrible, man. I watched Maya's last fight in McDonough. It was
You know what I
one
mean?
she
That's
barely
what I was
won.
gonna say. That's what I was gonna
She's
say. Like
horrible.
these girls, you might say that Casey O'Neill has fought in the tougher competition, but Roxanne Modafferi was like 39 when they fought, and she
People
lost the
think
round.
that's the Roxanne is one of the best fighters to ever do it. Like people actually believe that. Like I don't fucking get it. Like
No way in hell, dude. You cannot convince me that at all. I think she's one-dimensional, terrible on the feet. And so is Kate. She made Casey O'Neill look bad on the feet. Like that's what's crazy. Casey O'Neill. That's the thing about Casey O'Neill is she is too willing to take a punch
yeah,
in
she
order
doesn't
to
have
get the win.
any striking defense. She got a ton of volume though. That's what I would favor her with the volume. But I think Santos is gonna be landing the better shots.
Yeah,
And
and
she's also
Santos has
got
power,
nice
man.
judo.
Santos
Yeah,
has
she's
power.
willing to just stand and bang. I mean, in the pocket, right? I mean,
She dropped Agapova before submitting her. I thought she
Agapova is a fucking like. I think she's like gone back to using Fenny. Like I think she's gone to back using Fenny now.
but
So it's like I don't
do
think
you
she's actually training. But she did
who's the
drop
better
her. I mean,
striker though? Who's the
Agapova
better
was the
striker?
better striker. I said in my breakdown that's gonna be the better striker.
Yeah,
But
and I think Agapova is the better striker than Casey O'Neill in my opinion too. I think from what we've seen, obviously in that fight she didn't look too good in the striking, but
I don't think she'd be
Santos,
fighting it. I think she's done right. So I don't think she's gonna be in the UFC anymore. Agapova.
no, she's working on boxing career now. I think she got
No
that.
way. No way.
Yeah, yeah. She's gonna transition to
Boxing.
boxing, she said.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean, who knows? Might see her in the Olympics against that gold medalist one day.
That trans dude.
Yeah. But honestly, Luana Santos, I just think she has more power on the feet. We saw her destroy Juliana Miller, and we saw her drop Agapova. And I think if she does land, she's gonna hurt Casey O'Neill. Ariane Lipski, she got hurt bad. She was dazed, didn't know where she was going, and Ariane Lipski just basically outclassed her on the feet. And
Lipski, I
I'm
picked
not
Lipski there,
saying,
and I had money on Lipski. A plus 165 number was crazy, bro. On
yeah,
Lipski, what the
insane,
fuck?
insane. Yeah,
Like one thing I'll say about Lipski is he throws in combinations, whereas Swanto is just she's not as versed
yeah.
as a striker
Lipski's
as
a much
Lipski.
better striker.
But yeah,
Yeah,
Lipski's
Lipski.
like probably more physical, but I would favor Santos grab. And I think she's the better grapper than Lipski for sure. She's got better judo throws and
Yeah,
takedowns.
yeah, and I think I think that's the thing as well about Luana Santos in her grappling. You can mention that she's even fought at bantamweight against Stephanie Egger, and her takedown defense looked pretty good against. I mean, it was a judo specialist. That's the one thing I mentioned in my picks video is Stephanie Egger and Luana Santos. They're
Yeah,
looking for quick,
Edgar is
sweet.
actually like a high level grapper. I mean, so like taking
Yeah,
her, like muscling her around. I don't did she take her down? I think it just okay, she did take her down. That was one of
no,
the
no,
worst fights I've seen. That was like honestly one of
yeah,
the worst fights I've ever seen in my life.
definitely.
She was looking
But
tired in that fight. Her cardio was not looking good, but she still
yeah,
got the
and it
job done.
was on short
30-27.
notice, and this one is also on short notice as well. So
Didn't she miss weight for that fight? Wasn't that a catch weight?
yeah, she missed. I think she came in at like 139. It was real bad. But she had like a thyroid issue. I think she lives with it. She has like a hyperthyroid something, whatever. I don't know what it is, but yeah, she's dealing with it a lot better now. If she's able to, fight. I think she fought like 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, and now she's right back into another fight. She made weight. I think she came in at 120, 126, if I'm not mistaken. So she's doing the right things. And I think that move from Brazil to Vegas is doing her a lot of favors. She's working at the PI. I mentioned that in her last fight that work in the PI is paying off. She's fighting she's sparring with girls who are much bigger than her, like Jacqueline Cavalcanti and whatnot, and then Luana Carolina. and I think those girls are elevating her striking. So I think Luana Santos is looking better in the striking than she did in the past. You know, and against Juliana Miller, she was
Julian and
throwing
Miller, I
some
mean,
weird.
yeah.
She was
I think
throwing some weird
she threw like
punches.
60 significant strikes in that first round. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
she was throwing some looping hooks, and they didn't look good. It didn't look technical. And in that fight against
She's only
Maria
what, 23?
Agapova,
Isn't she only like 23 years old?
Santos,
24? Yeah, she's
yeah,
only like
Santos is
23.
24, I believe. So,
She's
that's what
gonna
I'm
get a
saying.
lot
I
better.
think
I mean,
she's
Casey's
always
only
improving.
26, but I
Yeah,
think Casey had some neck surgery. So ever since like once I heard about the neck
yeah,
surgery in the Lipsky fight, I was like, I'm gonna take Lipsky all day.
yeah. And she tore her ACL. One thing I will mention is that Casey O'Neill did switch camps to Fight Ready.
Yeah, she was training
And
at wasn't training at Extreme Couture before, and like I don't think changing camp is gonna help her here.
yeah, but I just think Fight Ready is definitely going to work on her stand up. They got good coaching out there for in terms of her stand up, and then her defensive awareness might be a little bit improved in this fight, but I think if Luana Santos lands, she's going to hurt Casey O'Neill, and she might be dazed again, and then we could see Luana getting a takedown right after that. So I don't know. I mean, I lean Luana Santos slightly here. I don't think I'm as confident as the
I'm
popular
pretty
group.
confident Santos. I think Santos has that dog in her. She's gonna push
Yeah,
forward, and Casey's coming off that. She got brutalized by Lipsky, so that's her confidence is not gonna be high. I think after losing to
yeah,
the way she lost, she got finished. She got brutalized. I mean, she lost on the feet and she lost on the ground also, so that's not gonna be. And Santos has been active, right? She's fighting every couple of months, so she
yeah,
just fought like a
yeah.
month ago.
And she said she wanted this fight. She wanted this fight. So I think she's got a new motivation. I think she really wants to crack the top 15, and she's fighting the way she should be. Finishing these girls. So I think she has a really good
You
chance
think she's gonna finish her,
today.
like submit her?
And
I don't think
on
she's gonna
short
submit her.
notice, it's gonna be tough, man. I think it's gonna be tough. I think she gets the job done by decision, though. I think she wins 2 out of 3 rounds. If not, that
I still
that
like
that'll
the money line. I mean, on Santos. I mean, what's the line? Um, I like Santos here. I wouldn't like parlay her with fighter people, like, but I like her money line straight up.
Luana
Santos is
is a
minus
142.
147. Yeah, 142 minus 140. That's not bad for Santos
Wow.
here.
Yeah, that's not bad at all, dude.
I mean, this is probably the better fighter that he's fighting in the UFC, I think, overall, like, if I'm being
Yeah,
honest. But
definitely,
Casey is a
definitely.
local. Isn't she the local girl fighting out of Australia? Like, she's like close. She lives close to Australia, isn't she? Like, or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. But her coach did mention that they had like a 15-hour flight to get to Australia because they're coming from Vegas. I mean, from Arizona, My bad. So that's where Fight Ready is at. They're in Phoenix. So she's the hometown girl, but she's definitely not coming from home.
All right, let's talk about the next fight. So, let's say I like the money, and I wouldn't like play. I think submission is live. See, like, she's got power. I mean, Santos definitely got some power. I could see a
This
clubbing
next
sub
one
or
is
something
a
like
the
that.
next fight is a close one too, man.
Talk about the
Honestly,
next fight, man. Jos Kulibau versus Ricardo Ramos. I mean, who you picking here?
dude, two guys who fight like they don't like going to the judges. That's for sure. Um, I am leaning the whole another hometown kid here. I think Josh Coolabou is Australian, right?
Yeah,
Or
he's Australian.
yeah, man, Josh Coolabou, the hometown kid. Two guys, like I said, they don't fight to go to the judges. Ramos has 11 finishes out of his 16 wins, and then Coolibou has 6 finishes out of his 11 wins. You know, one of the better fights on the card for sure. I think this fight is gonna deliver, and they both need a win. They're both on 2 fight losing streaks, so they're really gonna bring it in this fight. Ramos has just been a huge letdown
His fight
in
IQ
terms of
is his
yeah,
problem.
in terms of fight IQ, man. Yeah, because like he looks like a very well-rounded fighter out there, man. He can strike, he's got knockout power, and he's very unorthodox. That spinning back fist is lethal.
He
And
knocked out Image Hobby with that spinning back fist third
yeah,
round.
he
Remember that?
knocked out I think like 3 guys with that same move.
He was close to
and
knocking out Rosa too. I mean, I don't know why he shot a takedown for no reason.
he was on his way. Yeah, he was on his way
Why
to
would you
knock
shoot
him
a
out.
takedown for no reason? Like you have this guy almost out cold like a couple of times,
Yeah,
and then
man,
you
and that's what happens when you got a Ricardo Ramos ticket lately. You know, you think he's gonna win, and he's
I just
looking like he's gonna win.
every time he fights, I just take the under because the way he fights, bro, I don't think he's gonna go the distance here. If he
Yeah,
wins, he's gonna be by a finish. If he loses, he's gonna be by a finish. I think.
yep, that's what I was saying. Like, you know, these guys, they definitely don't like going to the judges. And cool about, he's got grit, man. That's one thing. He does not quit. And we've seen Ramos quit, man. These guillotines, it looks like he's almost out of them, and then he's tapping out. And
Nah,
you could even
he
hear,
doesn't try to fight the gilly. He's not trying to fight the gilly.
yeah,
That's the issue that I have. It's like he
you
just
could
taps out
even,
pretty quick.
right. In his last one, Paul Felder was like, he's almost out, and then he taps. You know what
Like
I
a
mean?
Rosa,
So
like getting guillotined by the Rosa is like whatever, right? Rosa's just really fucking stuck with his
yeah,
jiu-jitsu off his back. But Jourdain, come on, man. Jourdain's catching you in a
yeah,
submission in the first round, like
kickboxer, you
it's
know,
not good.
not a good look for sure. I
Like I mean,
think,
in 2024, you shouldn't be getting guillotined back to back. I mean, it shouldn't be. You should be working on that. When you get guillotined by Jourdain, you shouldn't be getting
yeah,
guillotined the next fight. I mean, you should be
yeah.
avoiding takedowns. Like, because this fight IQ is just highly questionable. But he can win this fight. I'm not
I
confident in
think he can,
Kolebal.
man. I think he
I'm
can.
gonna pick him just because the fight IQ is questionable on Hamo's side. So I just can't. I'm not gonna pick him. I picked him over Rosa just because I think he should have knocked him out. I mean, if he just didn't shoot that takedown, because
Yeah, dude.
he put him down like a couple of times. Just shot a takedown and ran into that gilly and tapped out.
Yeah.
So I
And
think
I
this
wanted to
under
ask
is
you,
plus money.
who do you think would win between Danny Silva and Ricardo Ramos?
Bro, I would take Danny Silva all day.
All
Come on,
day,
man.
right? All
Danny
day.
Silva's fighting. He's fighting soon, right?
All day.
Bazooka. Bro, I don't like the line
Yeah.
on him. Minus 250 for Danny Silva.
Nah,
Come
that's
on, bro.
crazy.
What's
Yeah.
going on? I
That's
got him at
crazy.
plus money over Kuleba. So, like, that was the play over Kuleba. But I don't like him, man. I'm not fucking touching a minus 250 over Bazooka.
Nah, yeah. But I think Danny Silva would, I think he would
I
knock
think he
out
wins that fight. I think he
Ricardo
wins that
Ramos.
fight.
I think he
I
would
mean,
finish Ricardo
Ricardo
Ramos,
Ramos.
honestly.
I think he would knock him down, and then I think he would finish him. You're right. I don't. It might
Yeah,
go the
man.
distance though, because I mean,
And
he
that's the
might
thing too.
knocking out Ricardo Ramos. I mean, he could knock him out. Yeah.
Lerone Murphy, he's finishing Ricardo Ramos, and then he's going to decision with Josh Culibao. You know what I mean? That's why it's that switch that Culibao has. He's got that grit, man. He does not quit on himself, and that's what he's gonna bring in this
And he
fight.
throws high
That's why,
volume too. He outstruck
yeah, man,
Danny Silva. I mean, on volume, and then
yeah. I
his
slightly
takedown
think
defense. Can you see Ricardo Ramos shooting takedowns on him and getting takedowns, controlling him? I mean,
he
that could
doesn't
happen,
really
right?
shoot takedowns. He kind of like forces himself. He like like, you know, he like wraps the dude's arm around, and then he tries to get the back. If he only if he does get Kulibao's back, he could be in trouble for sure. But Culibao, man, I mean, that's the only way he loses sometimes. So I hope he shapes that up. I hope he improves, and he's still got a lot of time. He's like 31 years old, so or 30 years old, something like that.
Ramos is
So
only 29, I think. Is it only 29? He's only like 29, yeah. So they're both
yeah,
pretty young. I think this fight's not gonna go the distance. I like the line. I'm on under 2.5 rounds is plus 114.
yeah,
I
I
like the
like
under two and
violence
a
in
half.
this fight for sure. Yeah,
I don't think Ramos has the fight IQ to go the distance. I mean, I know Kulaba is not really much of a finisher. He's only finished Melsik by this Harian. But
yeah, and that was
just
a weird one too, right?
yeah, I think he slipped, right? Did Melsik
Yeah,
by Harian
Meltic
slip?
slipped, and then
Yeah, he
Culibao took
subbed,
it
right?
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So
Culibao, man,
I'm picking
he's gonna
Kulaba by
leave it all out
submission
there.
just because the way like Ramos is getting sub back to back.
Yeah,
Could submission is like plus 900 for Kulaba. I'm not gonna play him because I
really.
don't think it's that likely, but it could happen. Never know.
That's a good play, honestly. I wouldn't hate it. And I think, you know, Culibao, the best strategy for him to get this job done, though, in my opinion, is to sprawl and brawl. You know, keep the fight standing, land more output. I think he is gonna be the fighter with more volume.
I
I
actually
think he's
think
gonna get
Ramos
the
has
job
more
done.
power on the feet. He might be able to land the better shots. Kulaba doesn't have doesn't have knockdown power. I haven't really
Nah,
seen him
nah,
drop people.
nah. It's
He
just
kind of
his
dropped
output.
Melted, but sorry, I think Bryce sorry kind of slipped. I don't think that was a clean knockdown. But yeah,
Yeah,
guys, let's get those likes up, man. Also, make sure you guys subscribe to MMA Fire Ram, his channel. Appreciate him coming on and hanging out with us. Let's go.
the Bob man. He said
Bob's
we
funny.
ignoring the chat.
Bob's an absolute menace.
I see
All
you,
right,
Bob, man.
let's talk about the next
We're not
fight.
ignoring the chat, dog. I see you. Don't worry.
Let's go. I mean, I go live every fucking like every other day on my channel. I read the chat all the time, but this is this show we can't read the chat that much because it would take us like fucking 5 hours sitting
Exactly.
reading every chat.
Our
This
first
is
couple streams, we went 4 hours long trying to read
yeah.
the chat and respond to you guys. Like, come on, let's give Pick'em a break, man. He's gonna be live in a few hours. He'll
Yeah, we're
get
gonna
to
be
all
live.
your
I'll be
questions.
reading all the chat after on the live stream. Bro, let's
Yeah,
talk about
man.
the next fight. This is a feature prelim on the card, right? Just Junior Tafa versus Walter Walker. I mean,
Yeah, you want to go first?
okay, I'll go first, man. I mean, I'm so tempted to change my pick here. I'm not fucking betting on this fight. No way. I lost money on Walter Walker already.
Yeah,
He was getting takedowns out there. What's his name? Brisky, whatever his name is, Brzezinski.
Lucas Brzezinski. Yeah,
Yeah, Brzezinski. I can't fucking pronounce his name, but whatever. It's Polish, right? But yeah,
he's cut
I'm
it.
picking. Is
You
he?
don't
Where
have
is
to
he
say that
from?
name
Is he
anymore. Anyway, he's
Polish?
cut.
Is he Polish or Lucas?
Lucas. Yeah, I think you're right on that. Honestly, I'll double check for you though.
I think he's
Lucas.
Polish. But anyways, man, I mean, I'll hope Tafa knocks him out, but I could see Walter just smothering him with this wrestling and pace and pressure. But I honestly hope if it stays standing, I mean, Tafa's gonna be much quicker. He's
Yeah,
gonna have
he is
more power on
Polish.
the feet. He's gonna be the much better kickboxer. Uh, but I'm not fucking touching this fight. I don't trust either one of these guys. I could go over 1.5 rounds. It could go under. If Tafa wins, if Walter Walker wins, it's probably gonna go over. The only reason I'm not gonna pick Walter Walker is because when he got takedowns on Lucas, he wasn't really landing the biggest ground and pound. He had full mon on him 3 times. Every round he had full mon. Couldn't really like put it on him. That's not good. He is in
Yeah,
better shape this time, so he can probably win this fight. I don't trust these guys. It's a really shady fight. So
yeah.
if you think Walter Walker can get those takedowns, and you should probably put him on lineup and bet on him at even money. I think it's plus money right now. So but I'm picking Tafa. I hope Tafa knocks him out. I'm still pissed off at Walter Walker for losing me money in that fight against Lucas. Who you picking
Yeah,
here?
dude. I think, oh man, there's really no side you could confidently lean on, but Junior Tafa, if his best win is Parker Porter,
Bro,
you
Parker
gotta
Porter
really
is the
start.
fucking goat, man. Put some respect on Parker Porter. I got his emoji in the live stream. Let's
You
look at
gotta
those
start
emojis.
questioning though, man. Come on. Let's be honest. Parker Porter loses to Valter Walker, all right? I
Parker
think that's
Porter's best loss was to go with John Jones. I mean, so like you got to respect on that. I mean, only the best people have beaten Parker Porter.
yeah, man. Honestly, that's his best win though. And he was getting taken down against Muhammad
Who's
Usman. I
Walter
thought,
Walker's best friend? Tell me that. Who's he
yeah,
beat?
that's
Who's
another
he
tough
beat?
thing to say there too. I can't say there's anyone good here. Alex Nicholson, come on.
Those
That's
guys are half his
terrible.
size, and he's like taking them to the third round. I mean,
Yeah. And Nicholson gave him a fight, man. He definitely gave him a tough fight. But Valter Walker, man, I did think I believed in the hype.
I
I
did too.
believed, I thought
With
he
Lucas, I
was,
don't think too highly of Lucas.
yeah, I thought he was gonna get the job done, man. And honestly, some refs who do favor grappling, they might have went his way. He did get like 10 minutes of control time. He got a couple of takedowns in every single round of that fight. His game plan was working. It was to get the fight to the ground. It was working. And Junior Tafa, he does not do anything to get up, man. We saw that against Muhammad Usman. He just, throwing thumbs down to the camera and talking smack while he's on his back, not really doing much to get
You know what
off
I
his
could
back.
see happening here? You remember that Lucas fight? The referee stood him back up because he wasn't doing it. Walter wasn't doing the
Yeah,
damage. So this is in
yeah,
Australia, by the way. Don't forget that, right? So the crowd's gonna be going crazy
we
if he
could
doesn't if he
see
just
that.
holds him down. So I could just
We
see
could
them
see
just
that.
standing him back up. I'm not fucking betting on Tafa. I'm honest. If you got him in plus money, I think that's the play.
Yeah,
Maybe like not bad at plus money because
Valter
he's gonna
Walker
be the
though.
better striker. But I don't fucking
Yeah,
trust him here.
I think Valter Walker. I will say he has been training with guys who do finish. Like Bogdan Guskov. He's been training with Guskov, and he's gotten.
Yeah, Gusto
I
is
think,
good.
yeah, those guys. And then Putin Magomedov, I think, is also in his training camp, but not really. I think the hype is dying down on Putin for sure. But Valter Walker, man, I don't know. I'm not ready to call it quits on him just yet. I think he has a good strategy in terms of this fight. This fight in particular, man. This guy, former kickboxer, glory kickboxer, and you're gonna get taken down when you're against the guy who
He
is
got
looking
leg
to
kicked
wrestle.
by Diego. What's his name?
Yeah,
Lima. De
that was
Lima.
terrible.
That was a short
Marcos
notice, though. It was like
Rogerio de
24
Lima.
hours notice, but still,
But
you
how do
shouldn't
you
be
not
getting.
know how to defend
Like,
calf kicks when you're a
yeah, you
freaking
should be able to check
kickboxer?
leg
You know,
kicks.
that's what I'm
That
saying,
was
man.
kind of crazy.
This
Because
guy,
I was like, Lima's probably gonna take him down and then submit him. I was like, but he
yeah,
killed him on the feet. But Walter Walker's striking is so mid, bro. He's so slow on the feet. He
yeah.
definitely needs. He's gonna need those takedowns. If he doesn't get takedowns, he's gonna get. He might just
Oh,
survive. He
sure,
might not even get
for sure.
TKO'd, but I could see him just getting outstruck on the feet. He
Nah, for
seems to have a
sure.
better
Yeah,
chin than his brother Johnny Walker. I mean,
yeah. And he slimmed down for this fight too. You know, I think he has
yeah,
been putting
he
in the
looks to
work.
be in better
If
shape
you
for sure.
follow, yeah, if you look at him on Instagram, he dropped a couple of pounds, and even on the scales, he weighed less. He looked a lot better at the weigh-ins. I think he's just making slight improvements, and just the slightest improvement could get the job done against a 5-2 junior Tafa, who really hasn't shown good takedown defense. So I think I gotta lean Valter Walker in this fight, man. It's
That's
as
fair. I mean, it's
crazy
a
as that
close
is.
matchup. I mean, I know there's a lot of people picking Walter Walker here too. I hope he gets knocks him out cold. No, I don't like Walter Walker. Hopefully, like if he
Yeah,
gets takedowns,
he,
hopefully like finishes
he's
him. I
tough
don't
to
want to see him
watch.
just hold him down for 3 rounds. I mean,
That's the thing. Yeah, he's tough to watch. If
let's go,
he's
Dana. We
gonna
got
keep
Dana in
fighting like
here.
that.
Dana said, "Let's go pick him." I laid heavy action on the sports book. Let's go. I'm hoping for a dog heavy card. I don't know if this is gonna be a
Let's
dog
go.
heavy card. I mean, I don't think it's gonna be a dog heavy card. There's a couple underdogs that I do like on this card, but not many. But good luck, Dana Blanco.
Hell yeah.
So is Izzy Dana. Okay. Yeah. I'm
Hoping for
excited for
a
that
dog.
Izzy fight. That's the fight that I cannot wait to see, bro. It's gonna be the stare down is gonna be crazy
Yeah,
in the main win. I
the
mean,
everything is crazy, dude. The lead
yeah.
up to this that fight has been insane, honestly.
The press conference, I stayed up at like 3 a.m. in the morning to watch the press conference. And
Yeah,
it delivered, it definitely delivered because Duplessis knows his way on the mic. Like he knows how to like talk on the mic for sure.
yeah, and the MMA guru kind of exposing Adesanya for having servants and all that. You saw that?
No, what I will say about that is, bro, even in India, we got people like, so like, it's not like you don't have to be rich to have servants out there in those countries. Like, it's like some
Yeah,
people they adopt these like people orphans and stuff like that. So like they become kind of part of your family and they help around the house. It's like I don't think people understand if you haven't been to those places, you don't understand. Like I don't think he was like crazy rich, or I don't think his family was like they might be rich. I don't know if it's true, but people it's
yeah,
not it's normal to have like some servants out there. It's not like I mean I never had a servant give me a fucking bath or anything, but it's like that's different though.
for
But they
eight
just help
years.
around the house. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it's
Dominican
like
Republic,
different though.
same thing, same thing. There's servants in Dominican
Yeah, I think
Republic.
people over here they don't understand the like
It's hard to
what
find
happens
work.
over there.
It's hard to
Like
find
over here,
work
you
in
gotta be
Dominican.
fucking rich to have servants out here in the West, right? You can't if you're a middle class like family, you can't. I don't think you're gonna be able to afford servants.
Yeah, yeah. Third world country, it's tough to find jobs. It's no surprise you're going to see some people who are servants. So,
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
bro, what you seen
tough.
that matchup around Tree versus Alex Pereira, bro? What the fuck? How did he get a title shot? Volkan
Crazy.
Ozdemir probably deserved a title shot more than Round Tree.
I don't know. They're trying to really milk the Alex Pereira wave. He's now like what, 36, 37. So they know that his time is coming. So and they
If Izzy
probably
wins
don't.
tonight, do you think they're gonna do a rematch with? I'm not tonight. Yeah, tonight. I mean, the fights are tonight. But yeah, you think they're gonna do a rematch at 205 Izzy versus and just forget about Uncle Live completely?
No, I think they would even do freak. I think they would do like Robert Whitaker or Hamzat to Adesanya, because I think they mentioned that is going to be a title eliminator, the Hamzat and Robert Whitaker fight. So,
Nah, he didn't Dana say Strickland's gonna get the title shot?
oh yeah, yeah, Strickland.
Yeah,
Wow,
I don't know
that's
what's
a
going on
good
with Dave.
rematch, though. That's a good. I don't know. That's a good rematch.
Do you want to see
Strickland,
Strickland versus Izzy? I don't really want to. If Izzy wins, if Duplessis wins, I want to see that fight run back. But
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't
I'd
know. It
rather
doesn't
see
really excite me.
Duplessis. I'd rather see Duplessis and
I would,
Strickland
yeah, I
run it
would
back.
rather see Whitaker if Whitaker wins. I think Whitaker has a chance in that fight if he wins. So I want to see that rematch back. I mean, Whitaker or Hamza versus Duplessis, that'd be crazy, right?
Yeah,
Be a
dude.
one hell of a fight right there. I would probably favor Duplessis over Hamza because I don't think he can just take. Can you think he can take him down? You think Hamza can take him
I
down
don't.
in the first rounds?
5 rounds. I don't think he's gonna ragdoll him
Yeah,
like
if
that.
he, I
So
don't think he's gonna get him out of there, even if he takes him down early. I think
yeah,
Duplessis just really physically strong. I want to see that fight. I mean, if Hamza can go out there and finish or like get a, even when I don't think we need the finish. I don't think. I just think you need the win or Whitaker.
yeah.
But yeah,
Honestly,
let's get back to this fight. I mean, I'm picking Tafa. You're picking Walter Walker, and the over under. What's the over under set? Over 1.5 rounds minus 157. If you think Walter Walker wins, it's gonna go over. I think it goes over 1.5 rounds. I'm just not
yeah.
fucking putting $1 on this fight. I don't trust these guys. Let's talk
No
about the
money.
next fight, man.
I got no
Let's
action
go.
on that fight either,
Yeah,
though.
I don't. I'm just gonna watch, see what happens. Hopefully, it's exciting. That's why I'm picking Tafa because I hope it's a KO or something. But Walter Walker can go out there and get a KO too if he gets those takedowns, gets full on.
Yeah,
But who knows what's gonna happen that one. Let's talk about the main card opener, man. Guys, make sure you like the stream. Let's get those likes up first of all.
main
Let's talk about
card.
this one. Jingliang, bro. Like they didn't have the press conference. Like, why wasn't Jingliang at the press conference? Like, they only had Erceg
Crazy.
and Kai France
Yeah. And
and
Prates
Duplessis
has
and
been
Izzy,
working
right?
on his English. I don't know why. I don't know why he wasn't at the press conference because he's got good English, surprisingly
Yeah,
for
Prates
for
can
a
speak.
Brazilian.
He seems like he's lived in the States for a while. Well, I
Yeah,
guess there's probably speaking English over there in Brazil. Bro, I'm picking
yeah,
practice all day, but am I
yeah.
betting him? Nah, I haven't been able. Bro, I was honestly like close to like betting him in a parlay with Braulio, and I was like, I'm still like thinking about that. I just haven't been able to do it. Minus 400 for Prates. He should. I think it makes sense because he's been more active fighter. I mean, Li Jingling hasn't fought in like 2 years, and also
Mm,
Prates is gonna have that reach advantage, and he's gonna be just a way better Muay Thai striker from the outside. He's gonna land those knees, those kicks. He's got a really
yeah,
nasty jab on him also, but Li Jingliang can push forward and like crowd him and then not give him that space that Prates wants to fight with. But Prates is an
yeah.
absolute menace, and I think he's gonna win this fight. Does he get the KO though? He's gonna have to be the first one to KO Li Jingliang, man. I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna fucking KO him.
Not many people have knocked out the leech, right? I don't think he's ever been knocked out, has he?
Nah, he's never been
That's
KO'd.
crazy.
He has like his best KO win was over Gillespie when he just put it on Gillespie. He
Yeah,
should be coming off of 2 wins in a row right now. He beat Danny Rodriguez. That was a fucking bad decision. None. I don't know how to score for
yeah. He
D
beat
Rod
D Rod,
there.
but
So he's
that's the
yeah,
thing.
he should be three
He's
and
going
one.
to a war with D Rod, man. That does not
Yeah,
look good.
that's true. That's true though. But yeah, I think Prates is gonna win this fight. He might be able to find his range, and he takes his time right early. Like his last fight. Lucky for me, I had a parlay with the last leg being the over half a round in the Radke and the Prates fight. That was minus 750. So I was so
Yeah,
happy that it went over 2.5 minutes. Then he knocked him out in the first, like end of the first round with that knee, vicious knee
yeah.
to the liver, Ray. That was vicious, bro. I
He's
mean,
a
holy
savage,
shit.
man.
I was close to
Yeah.
taking the fight first round too, but I'm happy I didn't do it. That's why I'm not betting the over one off here because this guy is a problem, man. Prates is definitely a problem. He might be
No, for
that dude
sure.
that
I
knocks out
think
Li Jingliang because Li Jing hasn't fought in 2 years. He's gonna have some ringers coming in.
that's what I'm saying, man. Yeah, and so you lean Prates, right?
I'm picking Prates for
So
sure. I don't even bet him. I'm not fucking betting him minus 400. If you got him at like minus 270, minus 250, like that's probably the way to even minus 225 early. And I thought minus 225 was kind of wide. Because I've watched Li Jingliang for a
I
long
mean,
time in UFC, and I know how tough he is, and he's got
yeah,
absolute
you gotta
power. He's got
respect him.
power. He's got power
You gotta
too.
respect the leech.
He's
You
fighting
gotta
a guy
respect the
like a
leech.
Prates who has been KO'd in the first round a couple of times. I mean, that's like the only reason like
That's right.
kind of scares me to bet him at parlay him at like minus 400. I'm gonna
Yeah, do
pick
you
him.
see him at the face off?
Yeah, there's a crazy face I read there, like going head to head.
Yeah, they were like head to head. Yeah, it's
That was
crazy.
crazy. Yeah, I'm excited for this fight, man. This is one of the better, like more exciting fights on the card for sure. Who you picking here? You picking Prates or are you picking
Of
Li
course, man.
Jingliang?
I can't. The first thing I said in my picks video, I can't fade Carlos Prates against not just the Leech, but anyone, coming off a 2-year layoff. We're
Yeah.
talking about a serious knockout specialist. You know, I've been hyping up Carlos Prates before he came into the UFC. I think being that the last time we saw the Leech was 2 years ago and it was against D-Rod, that was a really close fight. Despite I did think the Leech got the job done, but it was a battle. It was a war with a guy who I don't think is as equipped with tools to get the fight done as Carlos Prates. And then I went to watch back. I wanted to watch back a fight where the Leech was at a reach disadvantage, and it was against Neil Magny. The Leech only landed 16 significant strikes in that fight, dude. He wasted a lot of his energy trying to get a takedown against Neil
He's mostly
Magny.
like he likes pot fighting in the pocket, right? He's generally like
Yeah,
good on the outside.
yeah, and he's gonna be at an 8-inch reach disadvantage in this fight. No, sorry, a 6-inch reach disadvantage,
I
and
think
I
the
think
Leech has a 72-inch reach, right?
yeah,
Practice a
yeah,
78.
yeah. So 6 inches. I think Protest is the truth, man. That fight against Trevin Giles definitely raised some question marks, but look, when he found that shot, he finished him. And I think that's something that Prates always has the capability of doing, man. He just has that one fight finisher type of power. I mean, one punch finisher type of power. And he made quick work of Charlie Radke.
I could see him
Taking a
putting
look
him
at that
with
knee.
the need to deliver. I mean, no one can take that need to deliver. You got to
That's
be
the
really
thing.
like
Yeah. He
you can be
uses his
as
height and
tough
reach
as you
very
want.
well, man.
Like those needs to deliver will take anyone out. I'm picking
That's what I'm saying,
practice.
man. When he lands, he finishes. So I think Prates gets the job done here, man. And I'm seeing on DraftKings right here, under 2.5 is -154. That might be a good prop to put
I'm
out
just gonna
there as
watch
a
it, bro.
as
I'm
a
just gonna
best
watch this
bet.
fight.
So
I don't know if I want to bet against Leech. I like Leech. I'm a fan of Lee Jingliang, so that's probably why I don't want to bet against him. But
yeah.
I like both these guys. But
I like the under 2.5 though. I think -154 under 2.5. I don't think this fight is going more than 2.5 rounds, man. I mean, if it does, credit to the Leech, but I don't think because Prates he definitely does take his time too. He's not. We saw that against in his contender series fight. That fight against Mitch Ramirez.
Mitch Ramirez,
Mitch
yeah.
Ramirez, yeah, it took him to the second round,
Mitch Ramirez
and
is a bum though. Like he got getting
yeah,
leg kicked he could by Moises. I mean, come on, dude. That's not
yeah,
good. But yeah, the
does
way he
not
put him
look
down with
good.
the straight left hook, bro. Straight left hook is like it's not even a hook. It's like a straight left right down the pipe. I mean, that's just a
Yeah,
nasty shot. He put Trevin Giles out cold with that one too.
yeah, and that was also in the second round, I believe. So
Yeah, he was
I
losing
think
that fight, but he still found the KO. So, and that was the debut race. So we've
yeah,
seen a lot of guys like lose their debuts. I mean, we saw what's his name, the other dude that's fighting. Who's he fighting? He's fighting Ribowicz right soon. Joe Huber.
yeah, Daniel
He's losing
Zellhuber,
to
yeah,
striking matchup to Trey Ogden. I mean, what the fuck is that? What the
crazy,
fuck is that? So like, at least he
crazy.
still found the win, right? He still got the win over Giles, who's
That
pretty
Noche
experienced.
UFC card is something
Wasn't
else.
Giles beating Duplessis before he got KO'd? Was he not? Or was that a
Yeah,
close fight?
that's what that. Yeah, he was losing. He was losing the fight as well
Giles
against
could be the champion right now if he just had a better chin, I think. He could be.
Trevor Giles. You can't sleep on Trevor Giles. You know what I mean? I'll say that. Definitely don't sleep on Trevor Giles. That's why I think, and for Carlos Prates to be fighting Trevor Giles in his debut, it just goes to show how they feel about
I
his
mean, they had him
potential.
as a main win on the Contender Series, so they've been high on him, and he's fought some legit
Yeah,
guys outside the UFC too. He's not fighting. Hasn't fought bums outside the UFC.
yeah.
He's also got
And
jiu-jitsu too. Can you see him getting a submission here? I mean, I think submission is lively if he makes Li Jingling panic wrestle. He's definitely
we
got the
could
better jiu-jitsu off
we
his
could see a
back.
club and sub for sure. He's been working with Kyle in the grappling. So the fighting nerds, man, you don't
Yeah,
sleep on
those
the
guys are
fighting
on
nerds.
fire. I mean, the only guy that lost was
Yeah.
Kaden Kaczewski, right? Even that girl,
Fucking bum. Fucking
Bruno
bum.
Brazil. I mean, she came through as a big
Yeah.
underdog. I have a share picture there. And he said, I want
Yeah.
chaos versus Practice, bro. Holy
That's a
shit.
good fight.
That's a banger
That's a
right
really
there.
good
I mean,
fight.
I would
Yeah.
pick Practice over Chaos Williams, I think. I mean, seeing Press, Chaos, if he does, I know Chaos Williams has crazy power, though, but I think Practice has better, like, distance management than Chaos Williams.
Yeah.
How did Bedoya go to a close fight, but almost beat Chaos Williams? What?
Oh, split decision, dude. Crazy. Yeah. And then he freaking gets outclassed in his last one. Who was that? Who did he fight last?
Burns, Herbert Burns, I think.
Yeah.
No, was it
No,
Herbert?
no,
No,
not
Herbert
Herbert Burns.
Burns, the other dude. I always call him Herbert Burns, but Jai Herbert, Jai Herbert.
Jai Herbert. Yeah. Damn. I picked Bedoya in that one too, man. Did you lean Bedoya on that fight or
I
you
picked
pick
Bedoya
Herbert?
too. I was always trying to pick some underdogs, and it didn't go well for me. There's
Yeah.
only like one underdog one, right? Sam Hughes was the only
Freaking
underdog that
Sam
one.
Hughes. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. I wouldn't. I would have never expected Sam Hughes to be the only dog to cash in that card.
Nah. But I told people I wouldn't be surprised if she gets the job done.
The
But
over
yeah,
was
man.
every time Sam Hughes fights, I always bet the over in the parlay because it's always like easy money, even though it's like chalky as hell. It's just
Yeah.
Sam Hughes is really tough, and Dudikova, I think he'll be back, but the cardio is definitely a problem. She's young though. I think she's definitely gonna be back soon. Sam Hughes,
Yeah.
I mean, she beat Amarim too, right? So Sam Hughes just has like she's like one of those girls like so you can if you can't like put her if you don't have a solid gas tank or like and you can like keep the pace of her 2 rounds, she's gonna beat you. All right,
That's for
let's go.
sure.
Let's talk about the next fight, man. I like this fight. I cannot wait to watch this fight, man.
Bam,
This
bam.
is definitely one of the better
Tuivasa.
fights on the card. Let's go, man.
Hell yeah.
Bam Bam Tuivasa versus Jairzinho Rosenstruck. Who you picking here?
Oof, man. I mean, I can't hate on either side if you're picking on either side here, man. I think two heavyweights who are gonna show us they want nothing to do with wrestling or grappling. We've seen that in all of their fights. These guys are gonna stand and bang.
I honestly feel like Rosenstruck might grapple. You seen the press conference? Like the way he was like talking, he was like he doesn't want to like stand and bang with like he doesn't want to just like brawl with it with Tuivasa. Like if you
He
watch the
did
press
say that,
conference,
yeah.
you can
He said
tell
that.
like by his body language. Like he said I'm gonna be the better MMA fighter.
He said he's gonna pick his shots. He said he's not gonna go into
Yeah.
a war with Tuivasa. He knows Tuivasa's got power. He's saying all the right things, and he's got that kickboxing background. So I think he does have the more technical striking, but we've seen guys throw caution out the wind and still knock this dude out. I mean, Francis Ngannou is the prime
Ngannou's just a
example.
minute, bro. What would Ngannou do to Tuivasa? Like, come on, that's
Yeah.
fucking.
But he's the prime example of how to beat a guy like Rosenstruck. You just throw caution out the wind, start swinging and hoping something lands. Tuivasa could do the same thing. But Tuivasa, that's the thing about Tuivasa and Francis Ngannou is I think in that fight, if Tuivasa was to try that, he's got a very questionable chin at this point. That used to be a thing where Tuivasa could take punches, but it just hasn't been the theme lately. We saw Sergey Pavlovich outclass him, literally just destroy him. That was the fight where he didn't even look close. And then, against it's crazy. He had a much better fight against Cyril Gane, a guy who is
he dropped Cyril Gane in the second.
Yeah, a guy who's got distance management, good striking, and then he gets outclassed by Sergey Pavlovich. So it's really funny how the fight game goes, and that just goes to show heavyweight is tough to predict. I think Tuivasa is a live dog, man. I think
He's
if you
definitely gonna
want
be
to
live for
stand
the
and bang,
KO. Yeah,
if you want to stand and bang with Tuivasa, you are asking for a very tough fight, and that's why guys like Tibura and Volkov, when Tuivasa slipped, Volkov took advantage of that, put him in an Ezekiel choke. These guys who have more tools, who can get the job done in different ways, they're gonna beat Tai Tuivasa. But Jairzinho Rosenstruck, he looks like he wants to strike with this guy, and like you said, he might bring in a different game plan. I hope he does, because
I hope he
then
wrestles. Because if he wrestles, he's gonna get those takedowns. I
yeah,
think he
that's
can
the
take down
thing.
Tuivasa.
If you can just give Tuivasa different looks, he is not a good fighter in that realm. So if you want to stand and bang with Tuivasa, I think he's a live dog, man, for sure.
Tafa
But
said Bam Bam is washed right now. I mean, I think he is. I mean, I don't think he's ever that technical. Just has crazy one punch power. If you stand and bang with him, he's got some elbows in the clinch too. The way he knocked out Derek Lewis. Derek Lewis was wrestling him. Wasn't he trying to wrestle him? Like, what was Derek Lewis's game plan there? He was actually trying to wrestle him in the first. I think he took him down. Derek Lewis is taking you down, bro. Like,
that's not good.
Anyone can take you down, I think. But I appreciate the super chat, Bob. Let's go. W for Bob in the chat.
Yeah, W for the Bob.
I'm picking Rosenstruck. I think Rosenstruck's gonna get this one done. I think he's gonna be smart. And the only guys that have knocked him out was who was it? I think it was Volkov. I mean, Volkov's got long range weapons, and then it was Ngannou when he just bum rushed him in the first like 30 seconds.
Yeah,
That was the wishes, bro. That made me realize how scary Ngannou was. I was like, holy
that was
shit.
a crazy fight, dude. Yeah, I think he went and fought Stipe after that and just
Yeah,
blew
gassed out
Stipe out
like
of the
crazy.
water.
Yeah.
Like,
He was trying to knock out Stipe though. Stipe's chin was just crazy in that fight, bro. And he just wrestled him and made him work.
dude, Francis is dangerous, man.
I
He's
can't wait for Ngannou's gonna be back in October and P4. He's gonna be fighting Renan
yeah,
Ferreira's a scary dude, man. 6'8" or some shit, 6'9". I don't know what the fuck his
that's a
height is, but
crazy fight to come back to, right? But he lost
I
his
would pick
kid.
Ngannou. I think Ngannou can take him down and like probably smother him on the ground. But it's gonna be a fun
Yeah,
fight.
yeah. Ngannou's got a whole different motivation now too, right? You know,
Yeah, he lost
especially
his
what's gone
son.
on.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, yeah. So I wouldn't count him out. I would pick Ngannou all day, honestly. But I do pick Rosenstruck in this fight, man. Not as confident as the bookies, though. I think Rosenstruck is not going to cover a minus 238 in this fight if he's looking to strike with Tai Tuivasa. So if he is looking to grapple, I think he does cover this line. But if he's not, I wouldn't be touching Rosenstruck at minus anything minus 200 and up. I wouldn't be betting that.
I like Rosenstruck. I got him at minus 190 with people fighters like
190, that's
Impa
not
and
bad. You see?
I had him with the Impa. What's the other fighter? I had with the Rabadana. Got a crazy KO last night. And I had him with the Ollie Walls. I like Rosenstruck can win. I can hedge too if I want to hedge, but I don't really feel like
Yeah.
I should hedge
Yeah,
because
but
the KO for
you got him at
Tuivasa
a
is
good
only
line though.
yeah, it was a minus 180. It's only minus 220 now. It's not even that crazy. The line's not that crazy now. He's only minus
Oh
220,
yeah.
isn't he?
On DraftKings, I'm seeing minus 238 right now. This
Minus
is
225 on yeah. Oh yeah, minus 238 right now. So it's like it's not that crazy, but Tuivasa, if
yeah,
you're taking Tuivasa here, you're gonna take him by KO because I don't think he's gonna beat him by decision. I don't think Tuivasa's beating him by decision. Strike should be. He's got a nasty
for
jab on
sure.
him too, so he should be the better kickboxer. But
Yeah,
Tuivasa definitely got that crazy power. I mean, so it's heavyweights. I mean, you can never be too confident, but
you
Strike
can't. Yeah,
should win this fight. And I think he's gonna be smart. I mean, he's not gonna brawl with this guy. Hopefully, him as he
hopefully
goes
not,
out and
man.
to start brawling with him the first minute gets
That's
KO'd
not a
by an
guy you
elbow.
want to do that with. No. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
I'm picking Rosenstruck here, but I like Tuivasa, but I just can't pick him. I picked him over Tybura, and I had a feeling Tybura might beat him. I didn't bet on that fight. I was
Hmm.
like, because I was like, I want to see. I'm a big Tuivasa fan. Like I miss his shoeies, man.
Yeah,
Those are fun. Like him doing a
yeah. I
shoey.
picked Tuivasa to get it done there too, man.
Yeah,
I picked
just
him.
he was trying to like knock out Tybura, and he couldn't. Like once he couldn't like get the KO, he just like got taken down and just got smothered. I mean, he's a
Yeah,
turtle, man, on his
it's
pad.
not a good
So
look. It's not a good look.
like losing Tybura in 2024, man, like just not
Four
a.
fight losing streak,
I'll give him a break
and
for those other losses. I mean, I woke up. I mean, it was a fucking menace. Flores Pavlovich, Cyril gone, but this Tybura one, it just that's the reason I'm not gonna pick him. But he's gonna be live for sure. He's definitely got power if he lands a clean shot. But I'm
yeah.
picking Strike.
I mean, he did have Tybura hurt very early as well. He had him bleeding. I think he elbowed him real bad in the forehead in the
I
beginning of
think
the fight.
Strike chin is actually not bad. I mean, I think chin's okay. I think people just call him Chinny because he got killed by Ngannou, but
I
who's not
mean,
gonna get
damn.
killed by Ngannou like that?
Yeah, like that's that. You got to cut him some slack for sure.
Let's go. We got Lane in here. Let's go, Lane. Nice to see you in here. Yeah, I got some sleep. I mean, I went to sleep at like I think I went to sleep at like 1 in the morning. But I got some sleep. I
What's
woke
up,
up at like
Lane?
9. So we're here doing
Big
the live
Pereira.
pre show for UFC U5. I'm excited for this card.
Yeah, Lane
Locked
got
with
the Alex
Prates,
Pereira
Anakin
background.
said. Yeah, he's a big Alex Pereira fan. And yeah, they're feeding Alex Pereira that next fight. I mean, what's his name?
Khalil
Grand Prix.
Roundtree. Yeah,
You seen Trish Dawkins, bro? Like he's gonna be back to eating donuts now. Like you seen he just lost to Tafan
Chris
Chukli in
Dawkins.
Cage Free FC last night. Trish
Chris
Dawkins,
Dawkins.
yeah,
Wow,
bro, he got dropped like 6 times, I think, or some shit like that.
Jesus.
Yeah, he was actually favored to beat Chukwi in that fight. People were betting on him. I don't know who the fuck is probably his cop buddies that are still betting on money on him. But yeah,
Damn, bro.
he's probably gonna be back to being a cop now. Bro, remember he was like a favorite to win over Derek Lewis. Wasn't he favored to beat Derek Lewis at one point?
I think he was. Yeah, because Derek Lewis was like on a losing streak, right?
Yeah, I think it's yeah. Then I think in the line, was he favored over Blades too? Like it was bro Dacus. It sucks for Dacus. His brother might be back in the UFC soon. Kyle Dacus. We might
Yeah,
see him in the UFC soon.
but these guys, I just remember them being like oversized for their weight class. Like they needed to down, they needed to move down a weight class, but they just weren't like serious enough. They didn't take it serious enough, honestly.
Yeah, but this should be a good fight. I'm excited for this one. This next fight could be really, really fucking boring. Bertua's Gamrot versus Dan the Hangman Hooker. Who
Yeah,
you
man.
taking here? Who you got here?
So I gotta go with the favorite here, man. I think striker versus grappler. Always, always gotta see one or two of them on a pay per view card. That's probably why people aren't
At
really.
least they're putting Gamrot on the pay per view. I mean, I haven't seen him in a pay per view in a bit. Like this is they had him in the prelims
Yeah,
last time, right? Was that UFC 300?
yeah. I think it was against
Or
RDA, right?
yeah, I think that was UFC 300. Yeah, that was on the
Yeah.
prelims, and that was sweaty first like 2 minutes, bro. I mean, holy shit.
Yeah. And these guys are top 10 material. Dan Hooker, Gamrot, they bring it. They bring it in terms of what they try to do in their fights. Dan Hooker is looking to finish you. He's got several knockdowns leading into this fight. He's knocking down a good amount of his opponents, man. And Mateus Gamrot is getting knocked down in these fights.
Yeah, his
So
recovery is crazy though. The way he
recovery
recovers
is
is
crazy.
crazy.
His return mat wrestling is ridiculous. This guy is just relentless, and he can do it for 25 minutes. So 15 minutes, 3 rounds. This is going to be nothing for him. Um, Gamrot, dude, is just it's hard to say that he doesn't get this one done. Being that we've seen Dan Hooker getting taken down by guys like Yair Rodriguez. You know what I mean? Like when you see Yair Rodriguez take you down, that does not look good, man. And I know that was down at featherweight. Maybe Hooker didn't belong there, but I just I just don't see uh Hooker being able to defend these takedowns, man. He might have
Can he time a
something.
knee up the middle? He said he's got something for Gamrot up the middle.
That's what I was just about to say. He might have some surprises for Mateus Gamrot, but this is American Top Team. Gamrot definitely has been working on something to maybe just avoid shooting so low and just take him down from up top, because I think he can get a takedown from the clinch if he just looks to clinch with Hooker. And Hooker, he said he's been improving. He said he feels his best, but
They
man,
always
I
say
just
that,
don't
man.
know.
Every fighter,
Yeah,
I don't know the
yeah, I don't
excuses
know if
those.
I
They
was gonna
always
say
say.
I don't know if I'm buying it this time,
I'm
man.
sure
I
Alex
think
Reyes is saying that he feels like the best he's ever felt right now. Him and fucking
yeah,
Herbert Burns. I mean, like, they
yeah,
always say
Herbert
that.
Burns, all these dogs, go ahead and bet him. Go ahead, But good luck, man. I think definitely Hooker is a live dog, plus 320. I mean, for a guy who's getting knockdowns and definitely we saw against Jalen Turner, this guy does not quit, man. Just does not quit. He doesn't tap to any submission. You're getting a really good number on a guy who doesn't quit on himself. So if you are gonna bet Dan Hooker, I wouldn't hate it, but
Do you think
I
he's gonna
do lean
finish him,
I lean
Gamrot?
the favorite in
He
this
needs to
one.
finish here. I'm sure. I don't think UFC's gonna give him a title shot. Doesn't finish him. They're gonna give him a title shot
Yeah,
for not
I
finishing Hooker
mean
here.
that's the thing though. Gamrot doesn't even. I don't know if Gamrot even cares, man. He's just looking to win, and he's trying to be undeniable. Keep winning. Keep being undeniable, and
Yeah,
by
like Bilal
winning,
Muhammad, right? Bilal Muhammad. I mean, he's gonna get a title shot eventually. Like Bilal
exactly.
Muhammad. Once you
Yeah,
keep winning, if you keep winning, you're gonna get a title shot eventually. There's not really anyone else at 155. Who else is there? Mike Connor's gonna be fighting Benoit Anthony. Chandler's still
yeah.
waiting for fucking Connor, Daddy Connor. He's not really set. Connor
Crazy,
said
right?
he's gonna be coming back in December, and Chandler like good fucking like a bitch. He said okay, Daddy Connor, I'll fight you in December. See you at the top.
That's crazy. Yeah, dude.
You know, that's never fucking happening. That fight's never happening. I don't know what Chandler's fucking waiting for. It's crazy that he's still waiting, bro. He's been out for 2 years now.
That fight's not
Connor's
happening. I
gonna
don't think.
retire him without even fighting him. Isn't that crazy? He's gonna fucking retire this dude and not even fight him. It's crazy,
Connor's chatting
man.
about December, but I doubt it, dude.
I don't think he's coming
I'm not.
back,
I
bro.
don't believe it until Dana says it himself.
Once I've seen him by BKFC, I knew that he's not fighting anymore. I just think he wants to fight, and then he's probably like when he has to train and shit, he's probably like, fuck this, I don't feel like doing this anymore. Bro, he's got all the money in
Yeah,
the world. Like, what's his motivation to like? I guess he probably just wants to do
honestly.
it for fun, maybe. But I don't think he's fighting anymore. They might just want to fight someone like easier than Chandler.
Yeah, who knows? He could
I
get
was
hurt
picking over
again.
Chandler, but yeah, it's not looking good for him. That's never happening, bro. I don't think that fight's ever happening. Gamrot, I mean, Gamrot is he's gonna be calling for the title shot for sure.
Yeah,
I know he wants to
if
fight
he gets a
Astrukin, right?
submission,
Doesn't he want to
if he
fight
gets a
Astrukin?
submission, that'll be great, dude. Honestly.
Yeah, he needs a finish here. I mean, we have seen Hooker get finished before. I mean, Chandler was able to knock him out, but Chandler has crazy power.
Hmm.
But we've seen Islam was able to submit him with the Kimura, but Islam has crazy jiu-jitsu. I could see like Gamrot getting on top and landing some rabbit punches and getting a TKO stoppage maybe, like, but I don't think it's that
Yeah,
likely. Hooker is really tough.
yeah,
He's not gonna look for the door. But I'm picking Gamrot. I think Gamrot shouldn't be he should get this one done. I mean, he's the way better grappler and has a way better cardio overall. And his chin, like his chin is worrisome. I mean, he's been dropped a bunch of times, but yeah, like he's been dropped by RDA. I mean, I don't know how he survived that. I had him in every parlay, bro. I had him in
dude.
every parlay that I had on the card. I had him, Michelle Pereira. I had Macy Barber. I think also was he all on the card? He was on the card. Yeah, I had no, I
You
had
were
under one
sweating
and a half
though.
in that or Belgian Spain fight. I think that was on the card also. Was that UFC 100 or was that I think it was UFC 100. I can't remember now, but we had a bunch of
Gamrot.
fights in UFC 100. Gamrot and the mini fight RDA. That was the same card as Amabayev, right? Amabayev also. I think also Amabayev was fighting on that card.
Yeah, I'll tell
I
you
had
right
him in
now.
every parlay, and I was like, that first 2 minutes, bro. I was
That
like,
was two
please,
ninety nine.
299. Okay, it was 299. But
Yeah,
yeah,
O'Malley
I
versus
was,
Vera.
bro, I was like so happy that he was able to cross sniff for 3 rounds, and I think he's gonna be able to do
That's
that
the thing.
just here if he needs to. But the
Yeah,
first two
man.
minutes is always sweaty. So if you want to bet on Gamma, I would live bet him because he probably needs some big shots from Hooker. I don't think he has like crazy power, but you don't really need to have crazy power to knock this guy down.
Yeah.
Um,
I think the early play is Hooker, and then the live play would be Gamrot for
yeah,
sure.
maybe like a same game parlay with Gamma to get dropped, get knocked down, and win by decision. I'm sure that would probably pay out some good plus money, right? And get most
Yeah,
takedowns. I mean,
for
I would
sure.
probably play something like that. Most takedowns for Gamrot over 2.5 rounds. And and I think you can just play Gamrot by decision, most takedowns. Then him landing like Hooker landing more signature strikes on the feet, and then maybe Gamrot landing more strikes overall with ground and pound.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna go the distance. I mean, Hooker's pretty tough. I think
he's
Gamma's a good
tough. Yeah.
parlay piece on this card. I think he's solid. We've seen how tough he is. We know how tough this guy is. So unless he gets dropped in 2 rounds, that's the only way he's gonna lose this fight. But even if he gets dropped in 1 round, he's still gonna win the rest of the fight. I think he's gonna be just
Oh
cross
yeah.
sniffing relentlessly. So Hooker, I mean
Yeah,
Hooker, I like Hooker, but Gamrot should be able to get this one done. Gamrot
for
is right
sure,
now
man.
is minus 395. I mean, I think it's 400. I think he's a better parlay piece than Prates, to be honest. But I like both of them.
Wow.
I feel
You
more
really feel
confident with
that way?
Gamrot. I don't know, man. Prates, like I like he's got crazy KOs, but like I like Gamrot as a parlay piece more than Prates. Because
Okay.
Jingliang is pretty durable, right? So that's like kind of throwing me off.
Yeah. I mean, he's shown it. He's we've seen more of Gamrot too. So I guess you can also say that,
Yeah, let's
he's
go to the
definitely
next
more
fight.
proven.
Bro, Hooker is plus 310 right now. That line is definitely kind of
It's
crazy.
not a bad bet, honestly. I'm not hating on anyone who's playing that.
If you're taking a dog shot there, I mean, it's not bad. He's probably one of the better dogs if you want to play at this line than
Yeah.
these other guys that are unproven. Uh, I mean, I would
Yeah.
bet Hooker over fucking Herbert Burns for sure.
I'd bet Hooker over Valter Walker.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. I think
So
the over. I think he's gonna go over 2.5 rounds either way.
for
Let's
sure.
talk about the next fight, man. Let's go. We got
Co-main event.
the co-main event of the evening. Kai Kara friends coming back after about a year off. He's gonna be fighting Steve
Wee-wee.
Erceg. Let's go, man.
Yeah,
Who you
man.
picking here?
Whew, this is a fun matchup. Honestly, I think you know this fight is another one that I think is going to deliver on this card. Steve Erceg coming off that 5 rounder with Pantoja, very close fight. Um, but I think that fight compared to this one, it's going to be two different styles, man. Pantoja, obviously an amazing grappler, but Steve Erceg, he's got more tools. Honestly, he's a great boxer. He's half of his wins on his record are by submission. So, we haven't even seen that in the UFC yet, but I think he's very well rounded. We obviously saw him being able to scramble against Pantoja, and Pantoja wasn't able to submit him.
He made
Steve
one
Erceg,
mistake, bro.
man,
He was one mistake away from winning that title. Like one mistake
exactly.
in the 5th round. So I don't know why he tried
Yeah,
to take
dude.
down Pantoja. That was I
Really
guess
close
he's
fight.
gonna learn from that fight.
Yeah, really close fight. And honestly, I don't hate it. I wouldn't hate it if he's shooting for takedowns in this fight because I think
Yeah,
that's where he
I
could.
think it'd be nice for him to get takedowns here.
Yeah, that's where I think he could win it by mixing it in. I was talking about that in my picks video. I think he's definitely got to show us all of his tools in this fight because Kai is a guy who has got good stand up, man. I rate Kai stand up pretty damn good. I think he times the right hand very well. We've seen that time and time again that he can land that right hand. Alessandro Costa had Steve Erceg in trouble in the second round with the right hand. And if Kai Kara France could do it, I think Kai Kara France a little bit more technical than Costa in terms of setting it up. I mean, he's a city kickboxing uh, training camp guy, so he's definitely a little bit more technical than Costa. So if Kai Kara France lands that right hand, man, I think he could have Erceg in some trouble, but man, I just think Erceg's boxing, his forward pressure, Kai Kara France does not fight well on the back foot. We saw Brandon Royval look like a freaking savage
Yeah, they
against
both
Kai
dropped each
Kara
other. You remember
France.
that first round? I mean, that
Yeah,
first round was
dude, that
crazy
fight,
a flyweight I've
that was
seen.
crazy. Yeah, dude, that fight changed my whole
Spinning back
outlook
fist.
on
Who was the one
Brandon
that landed the
Royval.
spinning back fist? Was it Roy Wall? I think he's the one that landed
Royval,
the
yeah,
spinning
yeah.
back fist, right?
Yeah, he was just. I mean, he was just giving Kai Kara France all the looks, all the different looks, and that's what you got to do against a guy who is looking to
Yeah, what do you think
point
about the
fight.
face offs, bro? Like, what's going on with is that something they do in
He
Australia?
does
The
that all the
fucking
time.
little, that's so weird, bro. It's fucking,
He
I would,
does
I
that
would
all
be
the
able
time.
to like stay composed. And Narsa was like, he didn't even flinch. He
Yeah,
didn't
I
like
think
give a fuck.
Kai is his background. I don't know what the
TV
background is, but
thing. Like,
yeah, yeah.
I heard
He's
somewhere that's what they do over there in Australia.
Yeah, so I mean, he literally does it all the time. If you follow him on Instagram too, he has a bunch of pictures like that. But man, Kai Kara France, I think he is a great striker. But if Erceg is able to mix it up, he can look like a minus 300, minus 400 in his fight. I think he can really have a lot of success in the grappling and on the ground. We saw Amir Albazi have some success. We saw damn, I forgot that dude's name now. uh it was
Bun
early
Train.
on.
Was it Bun
It
Train
was
or?
it was
Oh, you mean Erceg?
early in Kai Kara France's career. He fought a guy who's no longer in the UFC anymore, but I'm gonna
Was it
find
Bun
that
Train?
name
Maybe it
right
might have
now.
been Bun Train.
Tell you right now, it was Askar Askarov.
Oh yeah, he's fighting in ACA now. I think some shit like
Askar
that.
Askarov.
That was a
Yeah,
really close fight. The only reason he
really
lost that
close
fight,
fight.
Askarov, because he was just trying to wrestle nonstop. He wasn't really
Yeah,
doing any damage, but he still took him
yeah.
down over and over. I mean,
Still took him down. That's what I'm saying. So if Erceg can get some takedowns, I think he can look like the much better fighter in this fight. But if he's
yeah, he
looking to
knocked
stand
out
with
Terrence Mitchell. I
Kai
remember
Kara
that.
France,
Wasn't that the Ultimate Fighter? That was Ultimate Fighter, right? And he knocked him out. That was a
yeah,
long time ago. I mean, holy shit, bro! I've been watching fucking MMA for so long. The fact that I remember him knocking out Mitchell was how long ago was that? He's been in the UFC for like so long since
Kai
flyweights. I
Kara.
mean,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
He has, dude. And he's only what? He's only 31. So you know what I
Him,
mean? He's that
Pantoja, Moreno, these guys have been easy for a while. I mean,
yeah, and he's
yeah, I like the
35 fights.
layoff. I like the fact that he's coming off a layoff here for Erceg. I think it's gonna be better for Erceg with just in a 5 round match with the champion. He could have won that fight. Was one
Hmm.
mistake away from winning that title. And if he won the title, what would be the line on here on the money line? I think it'd be like minus
Oh,
300, right?
yeah, for sure. For sure. He's I think like I said, he can look like that. He can look like a minus 300 if he mixes it up but if he's looking to stand with Kai Kara France, that's where this fight could get dicey, because two guys that are very good in the striking, definitely Kai Kara France. I rate his striking very well. I think he can time the right hand, and if he does, he's gonna hurt Erceg. So Erceg would look a lot better in this fight if he mixes it up, and I do think he's gonna get the job done. I'm picking Steve Erceg in this one.
I think he's got pretty good technical striking too. I think he's got a solid chin. Like he hit some big
Yeah,
shots from Costa. Like his chin is okay. Then he started mixing in takedowns. I think he's gonna be smart. He's gonna mix in takedowns. He's gonna use the size that he has over Carcar France, even though Carcar France has a reach advantage over him somehow. I don't know how that's
yeah.
possible, but first cross. I think, bro. I think he's training out of fight ready now, right? So he's training at Extreme Couture before her
He's
last
fight
fight. Now
ready
she's
now.
training at
Yeah,
fight ready now. I'm picking. You think he's gonna finish him though? I think he's gonna go the distance. I mean, can he get a submission? I think submission is live for sure on
yeah,
Erceg. If he grapples,
yeah,
he's got really slick back takes and grappling is solid.
yeah.
But
He's gonna want to
I
get
think
a finish too.
yeah, he's probably gonna want to get a finish. I like the money line Erceg here. He's my lock of the
Yeah.
week this week. Who you picking for lock of the week? You still got a lock of the week yet or not on
See,
this card?
I man, I don't have a lock of the week, but that is a great line on Steve Erceg. Not
Yeah, Erceg's a lock of the week. I feel pretty good about Erceg.
definitely. I
I
like
picked
that.
Pento's over him by decision, and I knew it was gonna be a tough fight because Erceg's pretty good. Yeah, you could have
Man,
won the title.
if I
He's got
had to
nice
pick a
elbows in
lock,
the clinch too, man. You see the elbows that he's landing over Pentosa?
yeah,
Like
dude.
he was
Yeah,
cutting
dude.
open. He cut open Pentosa with those elbows.
You know, Drickus was my first lock of the week ever when I made my channel.
I think I
So
was thinking about picking Dracus, but it's like
I
those
am
that fight's
slightly
got a
thinking
lot on the
about it,
line.
man. Yeah. I mean,
Dean
he was my first
Sedekai is
lock of the
tough.
week ever, so
Yeah,
I might
that's
rock
good, bro.
with
Who
Drickus
would you have
again.
first lock of the week over Strickland? Was it Strickland over Strickland?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
we
over
gotta
Strickland.
pick him over Strickland too. And I think you won that final. People were saying that was a robbery. It wasn't a robbery.
Nah, man. Nah,
He
yeah.
won the fifth round. I mean, he
We're
won the
gonna start
first
getting
Strickland.
into that fight right now, actually. Yeah. But I think Erceg by finish, I think he can get the job done by finish, man. What do you say?
I don't know. I think submission is live for sure. Maybe a club and
Yeah.
sub, but I'm
I would
gonna
money
pick.
line play him, yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not playing the submission though, but I like the money line. Money line's good parlay piece. Even I got him in a two parlays, different parlays. I like him. I got him Delgado and Jenkins like last week. You remember Delgado from Dana Rectender series?
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
looked
dude.
good out there. Delgado and I'm excited for Dana Rectender series next week.
Those knees, man.
Are you gonna be doing breakdowns for Dana Rectender series? Like
I gotta man, dude, if my schedule could just open
get
up a
some
little bit
time.
more, I probably could,
Last week
but
was great, bro. It was way better than those Apex cards. I mean, Dana Rectender series is way better than those shitty Apex cards. We
yeah,
had like four
my
KOs
schedule
on
is
that
just
card. I went like
if I
five
could
and
get
on the
a
picks. It was pretty solid.
that's not bad, dude. That's not bad. If I could get my picks video out by Sunday, then I could definitely try to work on the contender series picks video as well. But my schedule is just all over the place, bro. But
At least
we'll see,
we're
man.
doing the show right now. I mean, this is a big pay per view. As long as we get a show up for pay per views, I think that's solid.
Hell yeah.
Those big
Always got to
cards.
tune in, give you guys our reads, give you guys our bets, man. I'm always here.
We'll cook a
It's always
parlay.
a
We're
pleasure,
probably gonna
man.
give you guys a parlay after this one. Me and I did a PFL breakdown with the 138 MMA, and we gave out a parlay on that stream, and that hit on PFL. So
Nice.
we'll do a parlay here for UFC. Something we both agree on.
For sure,
All right,
man.
let's go, man. The money line on Arce is what's the line now? I've seen him all the way at like minus 159. He's minus
Now,
205 now. So line's bouncing back now the other way. Probably after the weigh-ins, right? The face-offs. People
minus
seen the face-offs.
205.
He used to have 205 like before. I got him at like minus 159, I think. And then I took him at minus 205 early. So then I parlayed him with Gamrot. So I was gonna save it from Gamrot because it's always so sweaty, bro. Betting on Gamrot,
Yeah.
parlaying him. I didn't
Yeah.
throw him in more than one parlay because I wouldn't say I don't trust him. It's just like it's sweaty, bro. So like I don't want to be
Yeah.
sweating fucking bunch on the live stream and be like, fuck, bro, Gamrot, just hold on to a leg or something, bro. That's 298, 299, bro. I was live in the car and I was like, whoa, what's going on right now? Already is gonna knock him out. Hopefully, like we don't have to sweat
RDA.
this one. Yo,
Yeah.
let's go, man. Let's
RDA.
go. Main event time now. We got Dracos 2+C taking Israel Adesanya, man. Who you picking here? The South African versus the Nigerian, the last Bender
Bro,
versus Stoll Knox.
bro, I'm with you on this one, man. I saw your pick, and I like what you said, man. Drickus has not shown anything for me to not pick him in this fight, man. I think he has shown He's got a bunch of tools, a lot more tools than Israel Adesanya. As crazy as that is to say, because Adesanya, I do think he is the better striker for sure. I think he's the better striker. He can definitely point fight his way to a decision in this one. I'm not counting Adesanya out, but in terms of who can get the fight to the ground, who can win by submission, who can win by TKO, ground and pound finish, who can win by knockout, I think you got to give Drickus the advantage there. Whereas I think Adesanya can get it done by decision or he can get it done by knockout. And those are the only two that I can
I
see
think
for him.
Adesanya is gonna be live for a KO in the first round. I haven't
Yeah.
seen him get a KO after the first 2 rounds.
Those are the only two I can see, the two options of him winning that I can see. Whereas Drickus, he has literally every option. And that's because he's shown that he can get these guys to the ground. He's got good grappling. He's got good top control. He's just different, dude. He's very unorthodox. He's hard to prepare for. And man, he's gonna, if he keeps fighting the way he does, giving these fighters a bunch of different looks. I think Sean Strickland is a complicated guy to fight, man. And he was able to win 3 rounds in a row, in my opinion. 2, 3, and 4. I thought he got him very solid. I thought he won those rounds very clearly. To win 3 straight rounds against a guy who is that complicated to deal with, like Sean Strickland, another guy who is always given different looks. He's got good takedown defense, well, good get up game too. He's working with Sean Strickland in particular. He works with Ankalaev, and Drickus was still able to take him down, dude. So, I just whoa,
What happened to
is my
camera?
camera?
You could probably reset. I mean, probably just went off. Please connect your
Hold on.
camera.
Do you still hear
Probably
me?
just the cable. We can hear you, but it's just the camera.
All right,
Just
one
fix it,
sec.
no problem. I'll take over. But yeah, I'm picking Duplessis here, bro. I think this guy has a solid game plan. He's not just going out there and freestyling out there. Like people think this guy doesn't have a game plan. He's just trying to like,
All right, we're good. We're good.
yeah, we're back. Let's go. We're back. But yeah,
My bad.
I'm picking, bro. I think Duplessis, every time he's out there fighting, he prepares really well. Like he knows what these guys are gonna do. He watches a lot of tape on these guys, and like you can tell this guy game plans, and he's one of the best game planner right now in the UFC right now. And I'm picking him just because I think people are worried about the cardio, and I don't think the cardio is a problem. We've seen him go. I was talking about that in my Strickland breakdown that people just because they haven't seen him go 5 rounds, they think he can't go 5 rounds. I mean, so I was like, yeah, I think he's gonna be. I don't think Strickland's gonna be able to finish him later. People are saying Strickland's gonna finish him. He won the 5th round over Strickland, right? I think he won the 5th round
Yeah.
over Strickland because he's walk you down. I mean, he's got a pretty solid chin on him, so I don't think he's chinny or anything. The striking
Yeah.
doesn't look pretty. He's definitely doesn't have the prettiest striking style out there. Is he the more technical kickboxer for sure? Like he's definitely got the more experience fighting the better guys out there. Fought Poatan like 4 times? I mean 5 times. How many times did he fight him? I think he
Yeah,
fought
dude.
like 4 or 5 times, or 4 times. I think they fought 4 times. But yeah, I'm gonna pick Duplessis here. If Izzy cannot put him away early, man, it's gonna be a tough night for Izzy. I think Duplessis is just gonna be marching forward and just pressuring him the whole time. And if we've
Yeah,
seen Izzy
dude.
get dropped by Strickland, I mean, Strickland's not really known for dropping people. I can't remember
Yeah.
Strickland dropping anyone else. I mean, in the rank that's ranked right now. I mean, so he said he wasn't training hard and he was coming. I was like, he got burned out training because he's so active. Right? I mean, Izzy is active, so I like Izzy
Yeah.
as a fighter. I mean, I don't like hate him anything. People think I hate him just because I'm picking Duplessis. Or that's not the case. I mean,
Nah.
people like every time you like pick against Izzy, people, all these Izzy fans come around. They're like, "Oh, you're just an Izzy hater, bro." Like
Nah,
it's gonna be a
yeah.
good fight. I think this is gonna be one of the better. Like stuff. It's the main one for a reason. I mean, the beef they have. I mean, the press conference. Like I'm
Yeah.
definitely more excited for this fight now. I'm picking Duplessis by decision. I don't. If he can he get a submission, I mean maybe, but I don't think he's gonna. I think Izzy has a solid chin on him. Izzy has one of the best chins in the game. I mean, we only seen him get dropped. Like I think who rocked him. I mean,
Kelvin Gastelum.
Gastelum. Yeah, Gastelum.
Yeah.
Then he shot a takedown on him for no reason. Like it's like you can't make this shit up.
Fucking crazy.
He had him rocked, and he shot a takedown like for no reason.
Yeah.
I'm picking Duplessis here, but I hope it's an exciting fight. I hope it's not boring. I hope it's not like Romero versus a Duplessis, but I think Duplessis is gonna be pressuring him, and Izzy's probably gonna play that counter striking game on the outside.
Yeah. Yeah. And you got to remember, Drickus in his last 5 wins, he's gotten 14 takedowns, man. Like this guy, he mixes it up well, man, and that's what beats these kickboxers all the
You
time. I
seen that,
think
bro?
out of
His coach is using tasers on him. You seen that shit?
yeah, that guy is serious,
He's
man. But
serious, yeah.
I will say, Cameron Simon is terrible, and he is coming from that same training camp. So, you know, just goes to
Simon, I
show
mean, bro, Simon's hype is
who.
completely dead now. He's had a
Yeah,
bunch of
yeah.
tough fights. I mean,
And the defensively, I think Drickus can shape it up. He definitely eats a lot of shots, and that's where I can see Adesanya, having some success. But Drickus has to make this one a little bit ugly. You know what I mean? He has to get on the inside. It's his fight to lose if he stays on the outside and he doesn't do what he's been doing in these fights, which is whatever, winning by any means possible. Getting a takedown, of getting fighting inside the pocket. Drickus is comfortable everywhere this fight goes, and Israel Adesanya is comfortable only on the feet. So from what we've seen. So I don't know.
they were
I gotta
both
lean
picking
Drickus here.
Duplessis here. I think it goes over if Duplessis wins. If Izzy wins, it's gonna go under. Can Izzy knock him
Yeah,
out? I mean, this guy definitely has power. He's got the weapons to knock him out for sure. Could happen. So we got Woken
yeah.
in the house. What's going on? Woken in the house. Let's go Woken.
And credit to Adesanya, man. He was on a 12-fight win streak at one point. He had 6 title defenses. I'm definitely not sleeping on this guy, but he's only getting older. I think he's like 35 now. And is the layoff going to help? Yes, but I think it's also going to play a role in terms of how quick he's going to settle in on this fight. So
Let's
we'll
make a
see.
parlay now, man. Let's make a parlay. Let me bring it up here. So we got the whole card done with. I mean,
Yeah,
who are we parlaying here? Let's do a parlay now. This card.
I got a bit of a risky parlay, man, but I think it is going to cash. Honestly, I
Who you be
like the
taking?
lines on all these guys. I got Jack Jenkins in a parlay, uh, Luana Santos, and
Juan
Josh
Santos.
Pulibao.
That's plus 40, 248 guys for that parlay. Let's do
Yeah,
another
man,
parlay. Let's do a
even
stream
better,
parlay.
even better than what I got it at. I got it at like
That's
plus
solid.
210.
Jenkins, I like the under. I think that fight's not gonna okay. I like Jenkins by finish. I mean, what's the finish? Is that like anything that's minus 400? It's parlay the money line. Then parlaying the into the
Yeah,
distance at that point. But
yeah,
bro, I like Rosenstruck here. I think Rosenstruck's gonna win.
nice. Okay.
Gamrot. Bro, these guys are chalky. I mean, holy shit.
Yeah, dude.
Erceg, I like Erceg. I mean, we're both picking Erceg and
Yeah.
Rosenstruck.
Okay.
Or we
That's
can
dope
also
right
we
there.
can also put one more guy in there. Um, Under
Prates,
one and a
man.
half. What
Come
about the
on.
under 1.5 in this one? Plus
Okay.
335. I think that's solid, right? I like that one.
Okay. That's
And
pretty
then
good. Yeah.
Song Kanan, you put Song Kanan in there. Plus 547 for that.
Damn. It's freaking camera. Went out again.
It's all good, bro. We're almost done with the stream now. It's probably
I gotta
just the
figure this out.
wire. It's probably just the wiring. That's that for that 5 leg parlay. Jay Jenkins, Matu's camera, Steve Erceg, under 1.5 from the Nolan fight and the Kanan Tank money line. I'm pretty. I feel more good about this one. I like this parlay plus 340 for this parlay. So there you go, guys. We got through this. We got through the full card. Let's do like a crazy like lottery parlay now.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Let's do a
All
crazy
right,
lottery
man. I
parlay.
think I
So
fixed it though. The wire was a little loose, so I got it down.
yeah,
So
you're
we're good
back
now.
now. It's always just a wiring. I mean, a connection problem.
Yeah. All right. So I got Drickus. Let's put Drickus in a parlay,
So
man. Come on.
Drakus, Erceg,
Erceg,
we'll put
Prates,
all our
man.
parlays. I mean,
Put some
Prates,
faith in Prates.
um,
And
Kulibao
Coolabah,
fight
man. I
is
think,
like I don't know. That one's like kind of throws me off, but almost doesn't have
yeah,
the fight IQ. Just Kulibao is okay. We'll put Kulibao in there just to juice it up. Twantos and
yeah. The biggest favorite I would put is probably Jack Jenkins. I'm very confident he gets it done, even though he's
what's
got a
that?
huge
That's
line.
plus 1219 for that. I mean, do we want to add more people in there? I wouldn't even add Tom Nolan in there. But Kanan Song plus 1863 for that. Dricus Duplessis, Steve Erceg, Carlos Prates, Josh Culibao, Luana Santos, Jenkins, and Kanan Song.
That's not bad, dude.
That's
Nice
solid.
little
We can put
$5, little
we can
ten
put the
bucks on
under
that.
2.5 rounds in this one. Plus 21.37. Yeah, that line's definitely crazy though. -700 for the under 2.5 rounds. I like this one. I like this one. Just what was how many legs is that? Like 7 legs? That could cash. Let's go, guys. We got through the pre-show for UFC 35. Appreciate you guys tuning in, man. And we're gonna take it
Oh
easy. I'm
yeah,
gonna get some food now. I got like 2 hours, or like 3 hours. I mean,
like two
till
and a
I go
half.
live
Yeah,
for 35. But guys, make sure you go check out Firearm, man. I mean, Firearm, his link is in the description. Make you guys go sub to his
check it
channel.
out.
Let's get him those subs up on his channel. And I appreciate you
Yo,
hopping in, bro. I appreciate you joining me for the live preview. And
always, man. Always appreciate you, man. Yo, shout out to the chat. Shout out to
everyone
Vulcan,
in the chat, yeah.
Bob, Anakin, all you guys that always show up to the live streams where we break down these cards, man. Always appreciated. And yeah, man. Hope you guys enjoy the card. Let's make some money together. You
Yeah, it's
know,
gonna be a good card, man. I cannot wait for that main one. The main one's gonna be crazy, dude. Next week we're gonna be in the Apex, right? Next week, Dana Dungeon next week.
yeah. Dana's
Act
touches.
2, Dana
Yeah.
Dungeon. At least we got Dana making the
Kyle,
series.
Kyle and Cannonier. That's not a bad main
That's
event.
not a that's better than I mean me like who's that main one that's they're bringing to Canada? I mean Rose versus who's he fighting? He's fighting Blanchfield.
No,
Five
that's the
round main
main
event
event.
for Edmonton, Canada. I was honestly thinking about taking a flight to Edmonton, but I'm not fucking going to that.
Did they announce that already? That's the main
Yeah, that's
event.
gonna be the main event of the
Oh
card.
my
At
god,
least they
they
got
just
Derek Lewis on there. And they're gonna put Malik Malad in there, I think. A bunch of
yeah.
other
He
like
said he has a fight for that card, but I don't know who he's fighting yet.
Jasmine.
But
I think Jasmine's gonna be on that card also. It's gonna be a bunch of fucking fade all the Canadian other than Jasmine Jaswisi's. I mean, fade all everyone else. I think Rose is gonna win that fight. Who you think? Rose? I think Rose is probably gonna win that fight.
hell yeah, Erin
Blanchfield.
Blanchfield is just not capable in the striking, dude. She's just not. I don't believe it.
That's a terrible main event, though. I mean, people are saying that I'm hating on the main event just because of women's MMA. I actually like women's MMA when it's exciting. Like I like Dakota Toshiba and P Falls. He's one of the best, most exciting fighters in women's MMA right now. Or like Rose is okay. I mean, but it's like her fights have been really boring lately, and
Yeah,
Blanchfield's
man.
not that entertaining either. But Marta Casey versus Dustin Sosos, is that on that card? Okay, Dustin Sosos might win that fight, bro. I might pick Dustin Sosos because he actually looked
Mark
better in
Andre,
classes.
Mark Andre Barrios. You said right. You said Mark
Yeah, Mark
DeCasey.
Under. Did I say Mark DeCasey? He's fighting Tifa
Yeah,
now. Imagine that was
yeah,
the
yeah,
fight. I would pick DeCasey to wrestle him, but that'd be crazy if mismatch though. I think Sosa is probably
yeah.
gonna win that fight. I think so. Right? What do you think? Who would you pick? Mark Under Barrio?
Shit, man. He would. Stoltzfus didn't look bad against Bruno Ferreira, right? So
Yeah, he was winning the first round. Pretty guy spinning back fist to the shadow realm. But yeah, guys, we're gonna be out of
yeah,
here. Appreciate you guys hopping in and hanging out with us. I'll be live in the next like at 6:30, so I'm gonna set up that stream soon. I'll see you guys in a
yeah,
couple
man.
hours. And make sure you guys go sub to MMA Round channel. So link is description.
Appreciate you
And
guys, man.
let's go. I'll see you guys later.